Well. Kia ora, good morning, evening, afternoon, and welcome back to this Humankind. As you may have gathered by the title, today we're playing a challenge. It's max difficulty, it's a huge map, we're only choosing scientific cultures, and if there's not one to choose, then we'll just have to transcend, because that is the rule. So we're absolutely going to stick to those challenges, and of course we're playing on Humankind level difficulty. Now, we did just briefly start this game last time. You'll notice I'm on turn 66. If you didn't catch the end of last stream though, don't worry, because the beauty of endless speed is that, well, it's literally endless, right? So the game will have 600 turns. So even though we're on turn 66, we're actually only 1/10 of the way there. That's akin to being 7 turns into a blitz game, right? It's not a lot, but let me show you where we got to. So we chose Zhou, dare I say, as our culture. We've built our little capital here, Housing. We've got a couple of other cities around as well, a couple of territories, and if you zoom out, you can get a scale for the map. We have here our nearest neighbor, Alan, and as you can see, it's a pretty big map. There's a lot to explore, so let's jump straight in and do it. And of course, a very warm hello, good morning to everybody who's joining me live. Not to turn down you VODers, I absolutely appreciate you. But I do note, just before the stream started, there was a $5 super chat donation from Andrew Owens, who said, "Thanks for making me much better a Humankind player. I can't wait for the first DLC, hope it will be climate change focused." I agree, I'd like to see some more environmental impacts here. And Alan, Enraged Gaming, also flicked me a $1.99 tired sticker. And Alan, that is just so true. Also, Daniel Loader became a member of the channel after last stream. Thank you so much for that, Daniel. Let's jump straight in. Hey, Lars, C, KSI, Better, Ben, only here to say hello. Caught me at a break, watch the VOD later. Awesome, Ben. Hello, first live stream. Wicked, Andrew, Gareth, David, hey, good to see you all flowing into the chat. Now, what were we actually doing? What is the game plan here? Is what I'm what I'm refamiliarizing myself with. Momotaro, hello. So I think we had a little bit of a bottleneck on our influence, right? We're losing 10 because of our city cap. We're 1 up. We're getting 23 overall though, so it's not terrible. I think Housing is a fairly good city. Look at that stability. Shout out to my stability video. Great to see so many new members. Just during the minifixes yesterday, my first time. So happy to be part of the weekend. Yeah, I noticed, Daniel. It was just after the stream too, but I really appreciate that. I also really appreciate you, Devilish. Devilish with the $4.99 super chat, kicking us off right as I end this turn. Kia ora, mate. You know I'm always up for a science run, excited to see how it unfolds. Absolutely. Absolutely. The science emoji is there for a reason. I note that the Hittites have chosen the Huns. We don't know where they are yet. I'm going to really hope and pray that they're not on the same landform as us, but really we probably need to do some more scouting, because if you go up here to the top right, you can see we actually only have, what, two scouting parties. This one, Joe Bro, is literally on his last legs as he roams through Alan's lands up here. Feels bad, but I really just have to keep sending him through here. Unfortunately, I think we have to kind of risk it for the biscuit. Look at this awesome terrain, by the way. This is the most productive land you've ever seen. Our other unit is Deer Hunter 5 Mil. Unsure why I went with that name, but it is what it is. Let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. Love it. I assume I probably want to keep connecting these southern territories, even though they're not a great... they're not a great risk, because it's unlikely that anyone would spread to them, unless our neighbour up to the north here spreads through this way. So it might be better to maybe close the bottleneck first, and then we can come down here and pick up all the odds and sods. Unless there's a specific resource that I would like. But I think we can probably forego silk for the time being. I don't need my precious silk pillow right now. Yay, the stream has started. It has indeed. Welcome along. Welcome along. Goodbye, Joe Bro. No! Joe Bro will be fine. Go for tone. Barbs. Is it just me, or does it seem like they mad pollution in cities more? Maybe. I'm not sure. Hold the line. If Joe Bro dies, then the Joes will be extinct. Oh no, you're right. It is literally the family lineage. This is the last one from the initial tribe. We do have an event, and because we have maximum stability, If you didn't see my video, you won't know. But basically, when you're at 91% stability or higher, you have a much higher chance of getting positive effects. And we've got just that. We've got Bountiful on... What? Haurikanga. That must be one of our outposts. Plus 15 food. Oh, no, it's literally our southern city. Oh, yes, of course, we took this one. We took this one from the barbarians, or the neutral tribes. I'm struggling with my city to outpost ratio. Any tips? Ooh. Why are you struggling? Are you over the city cap? Or are you hemorrhaging influence? What is the struggle? What is the specific struggle? Here in this city, we absolutely want to try and get our school, and I think we want it in here, right? Let's just turn on the nice little city planning overlays. We'll leave the hex grid off, but we want it in there for sure. So we need to find a way to spring over to that to try and get this district down. We're a little bit low on stability at the minute in this city, so we might just let that build up. I think that's building up over time, so that's fine. We could plop a garrison down just to help it out a bit. But it's our southernmost city, it's pretty defendable, I don't see a need to do that. So we might just leave that one to do its lumberyard for the time being, and then pop back up to Housing, where we have full stability but absolutely no food. These people are starving. My goodness. Let's get +2 food per farmer's slot, and maybe make that a priority. Unless, 10 turns for a food district as well. Housing is unfortunately a bit of a meh kind of territory, in many ways. A bit of a meh territory. Oh, I need to turn my sound on. I missed your alert. Morgan, thank you so much for the Zars. 35 of them at that. Some Zars to thank you for keeping me entertained during my study weekend. Oh, thank you. Cook well for my client tonight. I bought an inch thick asparagus. Let's hope he doesn't want it well done. Love it. Can someone explain how to use the mini pixel emojis? Yeah, there should be, if you go custom emojis, they should just appear right at the top of your little emojis thing on the chat. Or you can do colon the emoji colon. So I think if you do colon jumbo colon, you'll do the jumbo face. And then I think the war stick might be called war. I can't remember the names. How do you gain city cap? I talked about this in one of my videos, but quickly, it's a few different ways. There's an early game Civic, small council, that will give you +1. And then you have also technologies that will up it as well. Those are probably your first two quickest ways. There are also certain cultures that will up it as well. We've got founding myths and the legitimacy civics. These are pretty good, and I think we'll shift towards natural right. That'll give us more influence and more science. Absolute no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. There flow the jumbo faces in the chat. There they go. So yeah, so this has just absolutely whomped our influence up quite high. We can also continue to push towards progression here and get outpost creation costs reduced. That's going to be massive for us too, particularly on a large map, right? On a very large map. The philosophy tech, yes, philosophy, a fantastic technology. Would highly recommend. Highly recommend. Is this a city as well? Ooh, yikes. Why do we have so many? Oh, because we hoovered up that barbarian one. Yep, gotcha. Hoovered up the barbs. That'll do it. So we've got Lulu Barn. We should really start renaming these, by the way. If you have more, if more super chats come in and you've got messages to say, do throw in like a name a city this at the end if you'd like to name a city. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. You don't have to, but the option is there. So, alright, Joe. You absolute legend. Claim me this territory before you leave it. 130 influence. So it's going to take him 2 turns. I think we want it. If we want to get a strategic position over the opponent, which one will be the best? This one, actually. Look at this, right? We just fire down from this ridge, probably. So I think we want both of these. So let's bring Joe just back this way. He's likely going to put the territory down right next to the... Ooh, hello. Ooh. Ooh, hello. They want that territory. A violent tribe. Expect retaliation for sacking this camp or exploring nearby. Joe? Run? Run, run, run. Can we get any support to Joe? No, we can't. Okay. Well, hopefully we don't need a rip in the chat. I'm dead, what a day. Sleep at 10:40 tonight. Hope you have a great stream. Oh, fair enough, Octopus. All good. All good. All good. Devilish, you demand whales? Do you mean city name or the resource? Is this a Civ reference? Either way, oops, I almost called it Wales, like not the country. Either way, thank you Devilish for the $1.99 tip. Here is Wales. I think it's fitting that Wales is along the southern coastline as well. I think this will be a beautiful Wales city. It's a Civ joke, but I'm going to call it Wales regardless. I think it was a nice double meaning. Okay, maybe we can send up Deer Hunter 5 mil to help out Joe. Oh, look at our science stars go as well. Finally! We're earning some dang era stars. Defiant on housing is -5 stability for 20 turns. 20 turns is a long time. Usually I wouldn't bother, but this time I think we'll just pay the gold. We'll just pay the gold. Priv. Thank you for the city. My pleasure. No, it has to be spelt like it was in the tip. I can't rewrite history. I can't rewrite history. The city of Wales, known for its distinct lack of whales. Yeah, the random citizen demands in Civ are pretty funny. Like, they just feel so out of place. Like, why do all of these populations suddenly want a resource that they've never heard of, you know? They're like, whales? I must have these mythical creatures. So you don't even know what whales are. You're a landlocked nation. However, look how quickly we're getting these early techs. Our science must be fairly impressive. Unfortunately, because we're not actually a science culture at the moment, because we're playing as Zhou in the first round, we can't actually jump through into the next era, which is a little bit limiting on us. But let's go for fishing, irrigation, and then the wheel. 3 technologies, which will, remember, if we look back at our science stars, we only need 2 more to get the next one. So there's 1, and then our next 2 stars will likely come from building, and maybe one of these. Maybe. But I think we focus in on building and science, we can probably yeet our way into the next era fairly quick smart. This territory is actually the worst thing you've ever seen in your life. So kind of changing my mind. Might come over here so we can at least get some science. And actually, this one here is neighboring enough that we can probably launch a reasonable strike. However, actually, I've changed my mind instantly, because this one here has got a rocky field with some marble and 2 mountains. Yeah, we'll go here instead. For starters, right? The citizens of New York demand alpaca meat for dinner, and we want it tonight! Big C boys. Please, give me the Big C boys. Vote. Joe Bro to be protected throughout this run. Yes or no? Oh, that is a fun idea for a poll. Do we worship the Joe, or do we let him do his job? I feel like everyone is going to say, worship Joe. I feel like chat is biased. You're all just going to be like, worship Joe, worship Joe, worship Joe. These are kind of garbage. But we do want this territory, so I will take this one. I could settle right on top of this for a +5/+7, but there's a +5/+8, and actually that's fine. So I think we'll do that. It's also quite close to these ones, so we can maybe get some funky adjacencies going on. Let's yeet down this way, and Joe Bro will form yet another one. Protect Joe Bro, save Joe, says Pete. Worship Joe, says John. Protect him. You guys, okay. Fine, I'll put it to a poll. Do we protect Joe for the rest of the game? Oh, I love my use of capitals. Or do we use him as intended? I.e. Scout. What to do with Joe, though? This is the worst poll I've ever created. Alright, back to the game at hand. Joe Star. Joe... Actually, now that Joe's in friendly territory, we can at least give him a minute to heal. You can regroup, by the way, with this little icon if you've not seen it before, and heal up your units. Very strong, and we will do that. We'll sub Joe out for Deer Hunter 5 mil, who can come up here and sweep the rest of these territories for us, like these ones, actually, because they've got a shite load of food, which we so desperately yearn for. It may also be a reasonable idea to start hooking something up to Wales, potentially. 60 influence. So we could look at connecting some territories next turn. I'm probably more interested in ones that have resources on them, like this one here. Or perhaps... Oh, another city name rolling in! Morgan, thank you so much for the super chat! Also, thanks to that Jacob guy and the unknowner who just subscribed. But Morgan, Joe, a city name. Papers, Please reference. Oh yes, Arts. Come on, you can do this. Artsotska. All right, brilliant. Where can we place it? We've got housing up here. Here we go. Housing was actually just one that I crappily named, so that can be renamed too in future, probably. But I love the Papers, Please reference. That's really fun. Thank you so much for the super chat and the suggestion. That is wicked. What a fun name. Love it. Okay, Wales. Let's get you building this way, so that we can hopefully eventually place our freaking district there. Let's get... Actually... Ugh, that's kind of garbage. Just get rid of that last one. What about a Maker's Quarter? +7 gold? Yeah, I'll allow it. Have you played Papers, Please? No, I haven't, but I've watched lots of people play it, so I'm familiar with it. Glory to Artsnotska! Love it. Yeah, I haven't actually played it. I would love to play it, though. It's my kind of game outside of the 4X genre. I love little things like... What is this unit doing? This is not how you auto-explore. What is wrong with you? I'm paying you 3 gold per turn, not to just bounce around these same tiles. For goodness sake. Okay, let's, Can we disembark? Not quite. But I'd love to get that territory, because that is beautiful. So let's send these boys over here, and then work our way toward trade expeditions, which we need the wheel for. So next era we'll be able to embark, and I'd love to take this island, because looky what we have here. Wow. Wicked. We can actually get a really cool natural wonder. I'd love it. Dude, the game is so good. Maybe we should stream it sometime. That could be fun. Like a fun variety stream. Something a bit different. For a lol. Anyway. You're into Russian history, so you'll enjoy the political aspect. Yeah, absolutely. 1000%. 1000% that everyone should play despite it being zero fun. It's more of an experience game. Yeah, I kind of put it in my mind akin to something like the Stanley Parable. I mean, obviously, like, very different in terms of... Did I get that name right? I think so. Different in terms of actual gameplay, but very cool. I note now we've got harbours, which means all of these coastal territories can use influence to build these absolute whomping harbour districts. Granted, we don't have huge influence to play on, but it's probably worth doing, at least in this one, whatever that is, because we can hook it up to housing, and then housing will have access to the ocean, right? So I'm going to spend 83 influence to get one, and it's annoying that it doesn't tell you the future yields, but I believe that as many coastal tiles around it as possible is a good thing, so I'm probably going to place it... Also being next to resources is quite nice, but I think if I place it here, that's probably the best spot. Yay, and the narrator's like, thank you for building a harbour. 50-50 on Joe to live or die. Oh my goodness, it's so close! What? Massive issue. I've been following your channel for a few months, and now I steamroll my friends when I play this game. That is not an issue. That is not an issue. Maybe your friends need to watch it as well. Or maybe don't show them. Maybe just keep steamrolling them. I like the idea of that as well. I like the idea of you steamrolling your friends. Also, can we appreciate how strange this territory is? Look at this. What an odd one. It splurges all the way up here, and then narrows right in, and then splurges out again. It is absolutely massive, and of huge strategic importance to us. So we have to take it. We literally have to take it. We have no choice. I'd also love this mountain range, because look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Let's squeeze them off. You'd watch it, Seer? Oh, cool. What did I miss? Just tune in? I'll zoom out. You can take a look across the map, Emmanuel. See what you've missed. Not too much. We're still in the ancient era. Right? The long boy territory. The snake. Yeah, totally. These guys are just sort of waiting to embark. While they wait, we might as well get them to chop some forest. It's quite a way away from Wales, but whatever. They could also claim that territory, actually. Where do we want to claim this one? What we could do, actually, is run right down to the bottom of it, claim down here, and then just build a couple of garrisons up to north. That way our territory itself is quite protected. I like that a lot. So let's yeet down here and just hope that old mate here, Alan, doesn't spread through. Place a campus between those mountains. Wait, wrong game. Well, actually, Vlad, not so much. Not so much wrong game. We are playing as Zhou at the moment, which means that our unique district here gets +5 science per mountain adjacency. So you're actually not wrong. You're actually not wrong at all. Look at that. +16 science here in Wales from being adjacent to 1, 2, 3, hopefully soon to be 4 mountains. If we attach this to Wales, which we might do, we are recovering stability. What are we at? -48, and we're getting roughly +100. It's not terrible. I'm a big fan of placing garrisons next to harbours as well. Makes it a lot quicker to get reinforcements into the water. Obvious but true. No, actually, not even that obvious. Zhou has returned. This school is very powerful. I'm wondering if we spend a little bit of influence here to hook this up now. Let's do it. See what happens. Yeah, actually, that's fine. We're still in middle stability, so that's all good. Once we get our Confucian school down, it will actually provide more stability as well. So that should totally cover our stability. Now that we've attached this territory, we can also build another one of these Wampa schools. Ideally, it would be nestled there because that's 3 mountains, but I think it'll take us maybe a little bit too long to get there, and also they're owned by housing, so it's a little bit awkward. Maybe one day we merge them and make the most of them, but for now, this is a pretty dang good spot. So let's queue up both of our schools and get our science absolutely romping away. We are away and laughing. Absolutely brilliant. Safe expansion or else risk Alan spreading. Yes. What's the story behind naming the Zhou dynasty Zhou? The story is I always forgot how to pronounce the word. And the easiest way for me to remember how to pronounce Z-H-O-U, or Z-H-O-U, I should say. I was thinking about that yesterday as well. Is Zhou. I'm like, okay, it sounds a bit like Zhou. That's how I remember it. It sounds like Zhou. Here, by the way, for whoever was asking before about city caps, this small council civic is the first and the absolute best one for you to take, because you get +1 city cap very early in the game. I also like it in general because you get +2 influence from your districts, which is much better than going authority and getting a little bit of stability, which tends to not really matter. If you are really struggling though, you can move this way just to really shore up your stability. But I'm going to go for the city cap because stability is still not quite an issue for me, and I really needed that extra cap so that I can get my science back online. You know what? You feel me? Get my get my influence, and then get my science, and so on. Right? It all flows from influence and grabbing territories. Hey, from Australia. Hey, Pickle Mac. Good to see you. Where can I find those markers on build districts? Do you mean these little overlays? It's this bottom. This bottom. It's this bottom. It's this button down in the bottom left, if that's what you mean. Also, this one will turn yield icons on and off. Pretty useful. Pretty useful while you're planning your cities, huh? So I started playing it, still need a lot to learn. It's such a fun game to learn, though. I love learning Humankind. Alright, Zhou is strong again, and I'm just going to end that Zhou poll. 58% of people voted to protect Zhou. I can't believe it. Yeah, they are absolutely the best settings. I agree, Andy. I'm having a good time with them. Although I do appreciate a random blitz game as well. Okay, what are we doing with Zhou? How do we protect Zhou? Zhou is a bad unit. Zhou, if you wouldn't mind, we do still sort of need you a bit. Let's grab that while we're here. A little cheeky 40 gold, not mad at it. And then keep making our way down. Zhou, you may as well come sort of in this way. Maybe if we just keep Zhou in the... Ooh. Maybe Zhou should flex his muscles. Where is this runner going, though? That scares me. How far away are we from establishing this territory? Next turn. Let's keep an eye on this runner. If they run in here and take this, we're going to have some problems. Does it count as you protecting if you disband him into the city? Hey, there's the loophole. We'll disband him into the city and then probably one day, like, accidentally, like, expel him to build a pyramid or a holy site or something, right? But yeah, it's a shame we can't just like make Zhou the mayor of the city. That would be nice. How much more influence do I need to snag this? 140. So it's gonna take a couple of turns. We're probably going to want to put it maybe there. Or thereabouts. So I'll stand Zhou up here. And he can just skip his turn and wait. Although, it's too long. He can grab that afterwards. And we've got a special event. Let's go with ferrets. Ferrets all day, baby. Zhou 2022. If you looked at certain YouTubers' stability video, you'll just put him in the main plaza to increase stability. Yes, we could just station him in the capital to increase stability. You're absolutely right. That's probably the best way to protect him. Yeah, it would be fun if we could assign certain heroes or mayors or something, or governors. But then it's interesting, isn't it? Because I wonder if that really fits with humankind, the sort of humankind mantra. You know, the idea of not really having a specific figurehead, so to speak, but more being, you know, a flexible, evolving civilization. Plus side stability because people like stopping to chat with Zhou in the main plaza. Zhou bro is an absolute chatterbox. Zhou bro, maybe we'll get you to claim this territory and then we might station you in the capital housing for a minute. Maybe. We'll see. We do have enough influence now to grab weird snake territory, so let's grab it. No, we don't. It's now going to cost me 190. Cool. That's alright. We'll make the most. We could probably settle here quicker, though. Do I want to? No. But we will want to take it eventually, because look at these mountains. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We'll probably just poise ourselves here and wait to strike. Back over in Artstodska, we can get our district, but we don't really have any mountains to make the most of it. So I might just continue to focus on the task at hand, which is trying to make this city a little bit better. So let's get a makers, and then probably a couple of market quarters here as well, next to this resource. Try and build up Artstodska a bit. When do you think Civ 7 will be announced? A really great question, and a highly speculative one. I would be very surprised if we didn't at least see leaks or some sort of soft announcement toward the end of this year. Honestly, next month. Like, this is tech season. It's tech and gaming season. It's a season of updates. Hey, Joe. It's a season of updates and so on. So, like, I can really see... Have we almost got every tech? Wow, we've almost got every tech. Where's my last Era Star going to come from? Get me out of here. We're going to get it next turn. We're actually going to get an Ace Thite one next turn. Brilliant. Oh, Andy Desmond, thank you for the super chat and the tip. Andy Desmond, $5. Once you get the Long Boy Zone, if it ever becomes a city, name it Snake Way. I will do just that. And it probably will become a city, actually, because it's a territory of strategic importance. Let's connect it now. It's not the best outpost in terms of yields, but there's probably no point yeeting our way all the way back up here. Nah, it's pretty average across the board. I quite like that +6, +10, although there's a +8, +9. Maybe we go the 8, 9, settle on the delta. Yeah, let's do it. Boom. Boom, 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 boom! Shouldn't you at least build a few units? Yes, I should. Am I going to? No, because I'm a moron. No, I will. I will soon, but I want to get my cities up and running first. I'm quite a greedy player in that I will push it to the absolute limits. Aunt Frax is already busy with that new Marvel game. Yes. And that may have thrown a spanner in the works. That's due to be released in the first quarter of next year. That is the one, perhaps, downside. That being said, I did note that they were hiring people that were very much... The job descriptions were... Oh, good night, Andrew. The job descriptions were absolutely job descriptions for people who you would have working on Civ. It was like, we want developers who have a team of who know history and want to tell stories. Like, they're absolutely hiring people for a Civ or a Civ-like experience. Speaking of Civ-like experiences, It's time to transcend or change culture. So, we're going science cultures only, which means the Greeks are pretty dang juicy. But just to flick through the rest, just so we can have a wee look, because actually there's some here I've not even had the chance to look at before, believe it or not. The Goths. I have never had a game where I've been able to choose the Goths, which is just ridiculous. But actually, do I care? No. Because they're terrible. Okay, Achaemenid Persians, they're here. Romans, they're here. Who have we already lost? We've lost the Celts, we lost the Huns. Thankfully, we didn't lose... The Maya are very strong, but we didn't lose the Greeks. So, we don't have to transcend. Fantastic. Let's take the Greeks. And... Deer Hunter 5 mil? Why not pop down there and grab a bit of gold for us? I perhaps should have waited until the next era, but... It's done now. This territory is very fruitful, so let's grab that. Are there any districts that I really desperately need to complete? We are missing out on this one school. But we move on. Progress is progress. Zhou is great at science for mountains and influences gained at high stability. Yeah, totally. Zhou's pretty good. I hope they get that done soon and focus on the next Civ game. I wasn't really a fan of Civ 6. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they can be working on them simultaneously, right? The Greeks are bae. Science will be booming. Booming science. So, Greeks. Greeky. Now, finally, we have scientific era stars. This is a really important thing for us, I think. Like, really, really important. We can also research into the next era. We also have that amazing affinity action, Collective Minds. Our unique district provides us with some just sort of generic science boosts, but also some extra science per adjacent district. So, a very powerful one that also, you're right, gives influence, which is nice. And, of course, we have our hoplites, too. So, good. Let's start queuing up some fancy things. Like these districts. Absolutely brilliant. We should also probably build our holy site at some point. Our religion's being neglected in a big way, but it doesn't matter too much. We seem to have a fairly good hold regardless. So, to close off this... Oh, yay! This territory had iron. So, to close off our opponent, we need to get this territory. This is the last one, and then we'll seal them in. So I'm going to make that my absolute next priority, and yeet myself all the way up here for 4 turns. Time to invent the steam engine and proceed to do nothing at all with it. Honestly, Collective and Civs are probably completely different departments. Yeah, exactly, right? They're probably very different teams, because you'd need a very different skill set. Despite them both being strategy games, that's kind of where the buck stops. In terms of similarities anyway, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my butt. Bean in house, thanks for subscribing. Hey, we can actually get a wonder, and we actually have... Oh, it has to be the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, right? Right? It just has to. +2 science per district on city or outpost. And we get the wondrous effect still, I assume? Or have they nerfed it? Hontonne? Let's find out. We're absolutely taking it because it's massively scientific, so it really suits us. Why do you have 157 people watching now and only 90 likes? I don't know, Andy. I don't know. The Mausoleum? Yeah, we love the Mausoleum in chat. We are absolutely frothing the Mausoleum. Should we put it in the capital? In housing? It's only going to take 110 turns.
5 makers' quarters. It seems that someone took the phrase.
Right? I might just do a Maker's Quarter first. I think we're going to be in this era for a little while, so I might just buff my production a little bit. Mausoleum is OP in both Civ and Humankind. I got the Wondrous Effect yesterday. Sweet, so it's still doing that. Build Glory Wonder next to Glory Greatest Artstotska. Artstotska. What text do we want here, folks? We want Philosophy for the extra city cap, firstly. We want Standing Army for Iron. Then we probably want... Oh, actually, Actually, redo. I want trade expeditions first, then philosophy, then standing army. And then we might yeet our way through to... We could make the capital Arstotzka if we get imperial power. What's the next most important one for me here? Honestly, it's feudalism. I just love feudalism. Feudalism and theology and all these texts are so good. Let's focus on those three and then maybe make those decisions down the line, right? Build next to Arstotzka. Have they fixed player 3 independent city bug? Not to my knowledge, but I haven't had it. I love the narrator quote when you're building the mausoleum. I'll have to make note of it. I haven't noticed it before. I'm frothing with indignity because you called me frothing. Aww. Aww. How do you go about building the wonders? So once you claim them, which is up here, right? Claim wonders, or you can do it with the pop-up. Then you just go into a city and choose it as the shared project. Choose the place where you want to put it down. I note that I can't put it on these resources. Interesting. Choose the place where you want to put it down, and then it works the same way as a holy site, in that it's a shared project and all cities can contribute to building it. So yeah, it works exactly the same as the shared projects, the holy site here, the obelisk to the gods. I'm not quite sure when is the appropriate time to build it, though. When do I start building it? I don't really know. On this game speed. In a normal game, I would just build it immediately. But not this time. I just realized I could watch on PC and write comments on my phone. Woo! Oh, you've broken the system, Vlad, and I love it. Brilliant idea. I do the same when I'm watching stuff. Forced labor, +5 industry. Lockdown, +10 stability. Let's go forced labor. Let's punish the people. I think we can afford to do that. Yeah. What's a -5 between friends? Let's buy out this productive quarter. I'm more than happy to spend money on adding production to my cities. More than happy to do that. That's probably a much better spot for a maker's quarter than this district, to be perfectly honest. This district will want to go there instead, I think. Much better to have, like, production or gold in and around these guys, I think. In and around these guys. The player 3 slot gets influence every turn. Oh, really? All into people on the map, whether or not you've met them. That is a pretty big glitch. I wasn't familiar with that. Right. Thank you for letting me know in chat. I know you're all good, Morgan. Zhou can fix that all by himself! Yeah, you're right! Who cares about minus stability when Zhou, the absolute stability legend, who is actually just going to hoover up this first. The Zhou, the stability legend, can do it for us, so it's all bueno. This territory is very fruitful down this way, so I think we probably end up going here, and then joining in with Snake Bro. Snake Way, rather. Shoot. We're having us... Can I afford -50 stability? Yes. So I'm going to refuse that. It's a weird play, but I'm going to do it. And we're just absolutely starving here in housing. That's a +3 production. I don't really want to soil that. Do we have any food infrastructure? +2 food on rivers. That's actually not very useful at all here. We could do the feast. Feels bad, man. I think we'll just leave it like that. Yo, doggies. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to host a multiplayer game, but it's just not quite stable enough yet. But yes, switched. I would absolutely love to play multiplayer with you guys in the chat. 100,000 million %. No doubt in my mind. I absolutely want to do that. Where's going to be the most productive place here? Probably somewhere around here, actually. Deer Hunter 5 mil. Hold the line. We're just waiting on some influence, which hopefully we should have enough next turn. Surely! Next up, 204! Attach the coastal area to the capital. It already is. It isn't. I'm an absolute moron in every way, shape, and form. 260. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll make that a priority. Although I do actually also want to make this a priority, so it's a little bit awkward. Absolutely, we just don't have enough influence to go around. I can't afford to take another penalty, so we're going to have to replace that Civic, which kind of sucks. I'm not quite even sure how that's happening. I guess it's just the Celts' overall influence is sweeping through all of these territories. That's a big yikes, but not the end of the world either. Alright, Joe bro. I think it's time that you come and maybe take a seat in the capital. 58% of viewers voted for it. You shall go and take a seat. Good night, Morgan. Fair, totally fair enough. We will keep making Arstotzka great in your honor. Thank you so much for your support. I wish naval warfare was more robust. Yeah, I'd like to see the naval system overhauled as well, Pete. That being said, I think they've got a really good base to build on. I really do. I quite like the variety of ocean tiles, and I could easily see them adding one or two more. Ooh. We can't afford that. Yeah, but I do agree in a nutshell. Oh, Alan. Jeepers. She was just tired. But fair enough. Okay, right, now we can sail the seas with our units, which we no longer have because they're no longer levied. Shoot. Wales, can you pump us out a unit fairly quick smart, please? Oh, that being said, that's a very good infrastructural upgrade for you. But we do want a unit here. We'll just get the cheapest one we can, which is a scout. It'll only take us 2 turns. So we'll get that scout and then send him off on his merry way to pick up that wander. And patriotic in housing, +1 combat strength in housing, or prosperous. Let's go prosperous. We can attach this territory now, I assume. Brilliant. Yes. That will help housing a little bit. I note it's still hemorrhaging food in such a big way. Might ditch the gold specialist. And I guess just focus down on this. Is there more of a benefit now to getting +2 food on river? No, but there is more of a benefit for +3 food on harbour. That's pretty decent. So let's throw that up the front as well. Prioritize those in the capital. I'm waiting on player 3 bug to be fixed, though, which is the next patch. Yeah, totally fair. That player 3 bug. Oh my goodness. I must have encountered it. But haven't noticed it, I suppose. Produce for us a Joe imposter. Joe Light, right? There's an outcry. Oh my goodness. The citizens are proud and blame you for the mockery of their empire. Defiant on target for 20 turns. Okay, we're going to have to go into emergency stability mode. You know what that means. Going to have to pull out all the stops here. We may even need to detach something. Do we have procession unlocked? No. We'll get the public fountain as a priority. We'll also bring Joe and station him here. We'll then probably need a garrison around housing. And I do like the idea of having it near the harbour. That's quite a good shout. Unless we want to put it somewhere that's a bit more defendable as well. Could be a go. But let's pop one down near the harbour. And shift that to the front of the queue as well. Start working through those. We'll prioritise them with our gold where we can. And on balance, it should even out fine. But I will keep monitoring it though, just in case. Here comes Joe Bro, to up the stability in the capital. Thank you, Joe. You are very much appreciated. Wheelchair bound. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Aren't you supposed to be the stability king? Part of being the stability king is acknowledging that it is also a resource to make the most of, right? So I'm going to make the most of it. Which sometimes means playing with fire a little bit. Here comes Joe. It took him about 6 turns to get here, but he finally made it. Thank you, Joe. We shall now station you here in housing. Hopefully providing us with +5 stability from units. There you go. We are strained, and we're making our way towards 13%, which is not enough. But mainly this defiance status is costing us 100. So once we get that down, we should be okay. And just as I say, in the meantime, we'll prioritize the public fountain, which will give us 15, and the garrison, which will give us 7. And we will be up at around 30%, which is where we need to be. And then maybe actually, oh yikes, we're hemorrhaging a bit down here as well. So let's just make sure we fully get on top of this. We'll put a district down here for a future harbour placement. Throw that in. Just get a garrison in each city. It doesn't hurt anyway to be defended, right? So it's probably not the end of the world. How long are they defiant for? 20 freaking turns, Andy. Like, that event is just absolutely killer. It feels bad, man. Feels real bad. Let's get a garrison right next to the city. Throw that in. The other way, of course, to increase our stability would be to detach territories or to build wonders. So actually, it might be a good idea, for example, to get this holy site down in Haozing now. Arguably better than a garrison. At least as good as. Let's pop it up there. And what we can then do is click this little thing and get other cities to help us build it. If we want to rush it down. But it will take us 9 turns. How long is Haozing going to take to get this? 12 turns. Actually, it's probably a better idea that we do that then. Let's get all hands on deck to pump out this holy site in 9 turns and try and mitigate some of these losses. I'm almost tempted to keep this unit stationed in Wales as well to up its stability. It is also hemorrhaging a fraction. It's going down to 20%, which is very dangerous territory. We can't afford to have it fall down that far. This is worrisome. I am concerned. I might just keep this unit stationed for a minute. Any resources? Yeah, another good point. Can we pick up any additional luxuries from trade or resources? Where are you from? If these guys come and fight me as well, that is going to be absolutely the worst thing to happen to us. Maybe we need to bring Deer Hunter 5 mil back to base as well. I just don't like doing that, though. This position is important. Okay, let's have a wee look around, see if we've got any resources, or if the opponent has any that we can trade. I think that, unfortunately, my territories are all pretty meh. Hey, actually, claiming this one, though, would give plus 10 to... not great. We could use influence to get a Civic to up our stability. You're right, that is another option. Or we could try and trade. How do you have no resources, Alan? Come on! What are you up to? You've got 100% wars because you've got ongoing demands. Give Nash. No. Now we can trade. Thank you, ongoing demands. Unfortunately. So we can get saffron, which is 1 resource. Okay. Well, we'll save up for that. Plus 4 stability per saffron on all cities. It's not a lot, but it'll be something. The Celts have sent us an alliance proposal, even though they have 100% war support. We'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. Let's be allies. That will be good for our trade treaties moving forward, because we'll be able to upgrade them as well. So brilliant. This tyrannical Alan. Oh, here we go, another player. The Nubians would like to trade with us too. Let's absolutely accept that deal. They must have... We've got a grievance, but not a demand, so actually we can trade with them. They've just got nothing. Okay, everyone's got nothing, apparently. Alan's just been busy making friends. I have an improved marble. An unimproved marble! That was a bit unexpected. Where is my unimproved marble and why can I not see it? Here. Whammo. Nice. Easy connection there. Give me a city? No? Okay, that's fine. Let's just be allies. Yeah, kind of a weird vibe, but I mean, whatever. Each to their own, I suppose. Give me your city. Let's be friends. I have 2. I have another one in Nash, do I? Oh, yes. Yes. +2 stability on the Empire. Nice, nice. We have 2 of 4 deposit. We've must exploit at least 2 of 4. We've got 3. So we'll also be able to get that massive bonus once we get patronage. Maybe we beeline patronage. Where is it? I think it's buried pretty deep in like the modern era though, right? Early modern? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty far away, but I'm not against it. Maybe also it might not hurt to get the Commons Quarters online fairly quickly. Maybe even ahead of Standing Army, however... Oh, now that we've allied with our neighbour, I might be able to risk it, actually. I'm just going to reorder these techs. 1 for philosophy, then into hydrology, then Standing Army. That'll unlock the aqueduct for us, which is pretty good.
Debate and discussion are not the pastimes of the idle.
Welcome to philosophy. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, chat, by the way, for pointing out. Get the hanging garden on the marble. What if you get lucky? Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. How's the holy site coming along? 7 turns. Wonder if it's worth 6 turns if we do that. 1 extra turn. Nah. Nah. Hey, Beeps, how we doing? Hey, Christmas dude. Oh, no, Daniel, I don't. Is there a way to check the seed in-game? I'm not sure if there is. There really ought to be. Okay, this stability is getting... this city's getting very close to that crucial 30% point now. And with its garrison online, we should be okay. It might pay to start building the garrison here first, though, because this is ticking away a little bit faster than I would like. So let's yeet the garrison in. Look at that, plus 21 science. How good! How good! And stability. Science and stability. You go, Joe! I think the seed was 165110. Oh, yes! Yes, thank you! That's right! It was the number of viewers and the number of likes. We had 165 viewers and 110 likes. Thank you. I forgot about that. I forgot we custom made it. Hilariously, we're almost at the same number of viewers and likes right now. So, how about that? Nothing if not consistent. Thank you so much, by the way, to everyone who has liked it. My goal was to see if we could get 2 times as many likes as the latest official Humankind live stream, just because I thought that would be kind of fun. But we've actually already bet them. We've already bet the number of likes they got, so that is also kind of fun. So I'm totally happy. But thank you very much. Is there anything left you can explore? Finding other empires to trade with would help stability. Yeah, absolutely there is. This map is huge. Huge. But at the moment, I'm using my units to provide a bit of extra stability in my cities. Oh, what are you doing? Should we give them Nash for fun? Nah. Like, we could create... Oh, stop it! We're going to have to replace because I can't afford the stability hit, but this is a bad Civic. I do not want +3 faith on my territories. Never. Never would I ever want that. Anyway... As soon as Wales can handle not having this unit here, we'll move it away. I'm just conscious a bit of these guys now too. Like, what are they up to? But yeah, as soon as they can't, we'll send this unit, our new Zhou. Not Zhou, just for clarity's sake. We'll send not Zhou out this way, grab this island for starters, and then go off and explore, to answer your question. Otome Grandma. One more like. Oh, thanks, Light Construct. You'd a bomb. Okay, do we want Ferocious for the combat strength, Swift for the movement, or Learning? Let's go Learning. We're not at war, and we've actually just allied up with our old mate, who, by the way, we should actually be trading with, because we'll surely have enough to get this saffron now. Brilliant.
You have created your first trade link.
Thank you for the saffron. That's going to give me +4 stability on all cities, and now we can definitely, I would say, afford to start sending not Zhou out. Those neutral tribe units, despite being aggressive, have not fought me here in Wales, which is brilliant. So we can send not Zhou out and finally start exploring some of the new world. I love Faith on Territory over Pop with Zhou expansion. You rock it faster early game. Okay. I respect it. You can build a manufacturing district on a copy of a resource while having control of at least half the copies. Yes, Andy, thank you for answering that question. How do you get the wondrous effect? That's it. So you need patronage, and then you need to build the manufacturing improvement. You can also get the wondrous effect using the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. I believe that's still a thing. I don't think they've nerfed that. But you do need to control majority of the resource on the map. So if you notice when you hover over a resource, like, I covered this in my trade video if you'd like more detail. I quite like that video because it covers a lot of nuances and a lot of like really powerful things in this game. But if you hover over a resource, you can see, for example, gemstone. I must exploit at least 3 out of 6 of the deposits and have patronage unlocked to get that wondrous effect. And at the moment I have 2, so I'm close. I'm close. If I grab this territory, I'd have 3. That's probably going to be a priority. How about this old mate? What have you got? Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Why? I'm worried now that there's an AI somewhere that's got everything. Hey, Jeff the Thunderman. Long time no see. Okay. Off you go. Off you go, not Zhou. There's actually not even too many rough seas in front of us, which is brilliant. What's my favorite luxury bonus? Oh, that's a really great question. I prefer the production ones. I really do prefer the production ones. But to be honest with you, Zhou, across the board... Oh, you've got good news. I'd love to hear it, Jeff. Across the board, they're just all fantastic. It's so hard to choose a favorite. Look, I mean, just look at them. And they scale over time as well. So you can get some really nuts things going on. But I do prefer the productive ones. I do, yeah, definitely prefer the productive ones. Or food, I suppose. Oh, Vlad! Thank you for the 10 Rons. Vlad says, once the mod scene gets going, will you play some? Yes, 1000% yes. I can't wait to delve into lots of community content, including, of course, modding, but also community maps. I'd like to see a lot more community maps. Food luxuries tend to be the best, Gareth? Yeah, I mean, they are very strong. Guess who just got Humankind? Oh, congratulations, Jeff. Wicked. I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it. Awesome. Is it worth it to buy as many resources as possible? Again, I covered this in my trade video, but in a nutshell, yes, Noah. Absolutely. Buy as much as you possibly can. The benefits to not only stability, but overall in your cities, +3 industry per industry workers on all cities with my marble. Right? Once I get the wondrous effect unlocked, which I can because I have majority of them, I'll then get +15% industry on all cities. And 30 stability. You'll never have to worry about stability again, and you will be infinitely rich. Trade, trade, trade. Quickly, trade before they nerf it. Trade before they nerf trade, is my advice. What were we going for next? Fortifications, just to be safe. And then I might bounce through to feudalism. Learning on all cities. Thank you very much. How are we doing for stability now? Look at that. We're away laughing. Absolutely away laughing. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm going to cancel the public fountain. And cancel the garrison in that case. Crises averted. I'd like to get the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus down here too. Really, really, really would. So, let's do that. I mean, it's going to take 67 turns, so we might, like, sort of not prioritize it just at the moment, but we will put it there so that other cities can work on it when they want to as well.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol.
Scales with the amount of luxuries. Yes, it does.
Your
yep.
friends know of the extensive wine cellar.
Wanted to play the game, but I might end up being a dictator. That's not a bad thing, Frankie. You can play this game as a dictator. That's the beauty of humankind. Oh my goodness, Joe, you're right. Sorry. The Hanging Gardens provides the wondrous effect, not the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. Oh my goodness. Thank you for pointing that out. That's a misspeak. A misplay and a misspeak on my behalf. Yaroslav says simply Civ 6 clone. Not with a question mark, that's just my upward inflection. He says Civ 6 clone. What do we think? Civ 6 clone or no? I think he's probably wrong. If anything, it's more similar in gameplay mechanics to Amplitude Studios' previous games. Although, it is, of course, a historical strategy game. And when you're making a historical strategy game, you are, to a certain extent, bound to history, I would note. So, yeah, you're gonna have some similarities between Civ and Humankind, purely by the fact that they are both based on human history. Not to call you a fool, but let's chuck it to a poll. What do we reckon? Civ 6 clone, or nah? I'm absolutely a vote for nah, but I imagine that there will be many people who do believe it's a clone, and you know that's a totally fine perspective. Like each to their own. But I would disagree. I would disagree. But again, it is a historical strategy, so you're gonna have human history in it, and it's gonna be on a world that looks kind of like Earth, and you're gonna have many things that humans have, such as buildings, mountains, people, food. You know, like I mean, I don't know. I'll stop ranting about that now. I don't want to offend anybody. That's not my intention. Okay. These are fairly bad spots across the board, but actually this spot right here is fine. Ooh. Neighborino? Potentially? Let's explore. Lots of claims being made on this territory right here. And these barbs have made it to Nash, and they are ransacking it. Nash is quite important. Started as the Rapins, the Mayans, Byzantines, Venetians, finally Persians. I won the game at Industrial. Love it, Jeff. I hate the word clone, but it is competition. Yeah, they're certainly competitors. They're certainly competitors. Or friends. Should have had circles instead of hexagons. But haven't you seen the CPG Grey video? Hexagons are bestagons. It's the best shape ever created. Almost all 4X games are clones. Yeah, the logic doesn't stand really, does it? I love how this person, who's probably never seen my channel, never commented on anything, just like randomly stumbled across the live stream, came in, said Civ 6 clone, and now we're like, it's not a clone, it is a clone, it's not a clone, it could be a clone. It's funny how these things can come out from just like the randomest little comment, right? Oh, Vlad, yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Instead of taking challenges purely based on gameplay mechanics, we could make them more historically bound. Like your suggestion about role-playing, say, cultures from China. I love it. Love it. That is a really cool suggestion. Okay, here are the Mayans. Let's maybe propose them a cheeky trade deal, see what they've got to offer. Hello, Marble. Thank you. This resource will give us science, and incense will give us gold. So if we buy incense, the thinking behind it is they've got 5 of them. If we buy this, we scale up our gold, and then we use that gold to buy more, right? So we've just purchased 3 incense. Let's have a look at what that's going to do for us now. It's going to give us plus 15 money on all cities, and plus 12 stability. Thanks, Memphis. Where on earth are you? You are pretty far away. We've got some Barb tribes popping up around us now too, which I don't love. How are we... we'll allow it. We'll allow it for now. They're sort of running a bit rampant. I need a slightly larger standing army. But again, I don't really want to build one. Like, it's just takes so much population and production out of our cities. But it wouldn't hurt to have a militaristic one. It may actually be Arstotzka that ends up being our military city. Maybe. We'll see. If they ransack Nash, we can probably just move back and ransack it again. So, let's go... Let's actually work on our standing army a little bit. Let's get 2 hoplites built in the capital first. The poor capital's got so much to build, and just... It's just not enough time to do it, really. Player 3. Player 3. Yep. Yeah, Killer raises a really good point. It's nice to have similar conventions. Similar conventions between games, which makes them arguably a little more enjoyable, or at least easier to sort of pick up and play, because you're kind of familiar with what you're putting down. Good point. Good point. Being the same is not bad. Is sort of the overall thesis. Being similar is not bad, right? Probably going to go down there. That's pretty productive. I wonder if this is the New World, or if this continent... Oh. Well, that probably answers that question. I would say. Probably. Alan, did you take the Nubians? Yes, you did. Oh. No, you didn't. You're at war with the Nubians. Oh my goodness, they are absolutely romping in here.
Friend, you are a warming presence in a cold world.
I wonder if they'll ally with me. How do they feel? Okay. Full back, I think. Bring this unit back here. Let's consolidate what we've got on this continent rather than trying to do anything too silly. They just ransacked that territory and left. Okay, make your way back down to Nash. Where's that snake territory? Here. I want this to be a city. 2,000 influence. Ooh. It's so far away. It's so far away. Maybe... Nah, it actually doesn't make a difference. It's just 2,000 across the board. That's a big yikes. Stop the poll. Yep. Yep. I think we can, Seth. I agree with your analysis, Alan. Totally. Okay. So look what's up to north. Maybe these end up actually being connected, right? Nothing necessarily to say that these are islands. They may not be. I'd love to be able to rent this army from these dang mercenaries. But I don't want to spend anything on them. So we'll just leave them. Cars are similar. Tires, engine, steering wheel. Nice analogy. 2,000 influence. What a scam. I know, right? I'm being absolutely scammed here. Doesn't help the fact that our society pressure is not the best. Oh. Yeah, nah, we're earning a fair amount of influence here, actually. That's okay. Is this unit going to ransack this as well? See, this is the annoying part. What I want to be able to do is attach or convert into cities. But I can't. And it's quite frustrating. Zhou, we're going to actually need your help. I'm sorry. We're pulling Zhou out of retirement. Zhou, we need you to really connect this territory again for us. We need Nash back under our control. So let's reconnect Nash, but not really worry about where we're connecting it. we don't need that specific spot. We just want Nash back. Here's a confronting border, which I don't love. So... I mean, we've got a little bit of a foothold on this island. We could just hold that. Or we could push the aggression, right? We could also push the aggression. Oh, thanks for the follow on Twitch. I always forget to turn those off. I'm not streaming on Twitch, but I also have a Twitch, and when someone follows me on Twitch, the alerts come up on YouTube. It's strange. So don't know, it's really weird, like, they get super cheap again. Yeah, it is strange, isn't it? No, I really like the snake territory, Andy. I do actually want it under my control. I do believe it's of pretty strategic importance, to be honest. Oh great, now everyone's gonna go and do it. Oh well, there you go. There you go. It's on for this stream. Independent peoples. This is how we deal with them. But I don't want to necessarily enact that Civic just yet, because my influence is pretty tough. I'll chuck 100 gold at them. Oh, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Somebody was at the door. Okay, just live stream things. These barbs are just being the worst people in the world. Leave my territories alone! How are my hoplites doing? 1 turn.
This emblematic
Speed it up a bit.
symbol of pride and power for your empire.
Joe,
Let's hope they're worth the price.
I'd really appreciate it if you could join your fellow friends. 8 turns to chop down a forest. Get out of town. Let's buddy up Joe with a couple of hoplites and see how they go. Just assign pop to food. Yeah, we could forego science. We could forego science for a bit. Or really, industry is what we desperately need. Dissing Logan Paul is profitable. I'll refrain. I'll refrain. Good, good. Getting stars. Slowly but surely. Okay, Joe. Here's Joe's bodyguard. This hoplite is Joe's bodyguard. Oh, and what a guard too. Brilliant. Let's get Joe another bodyguard as soon as we can. Maybe next turn or the turn after we might be able to afford to buy it. Here comes some more reinforcements. Is this the territory that I need back? Yes, this is Nash. So we'll settle Nash again. And just station this guy. Build this up. It does already have our 2 marble improvements, so it's actually very important to me. Very important. Likewise, really the snake territory was very important for me as well. Because it was going to be my forward base against my ally, although my ally is being destroyed! Oh, Alan, you're being brutalized. And I'm concerned that I might be next. Would you like to be friends? Please? What about a non-aggro pact?
Here is a proposal to get your heart
Shoot.
sick.
I'll be blunt.
This does very little.
Okay. So, bear that in mind. Joe Bro slays bears, not trees. You're a lover, not a fighter. Well, that's evident. Gotta go and save Alan? We don't have the standing army to save Alan. We just don't have... We can barely keep control of our own territories at the minute. I'd love to go and save Alan. But I don't know if we can. Get our unique districts down. Maybe now that we've got a little bit of spare. Although, maybe we yeet onto something a bit more productive. Like those. I think we'll do that. Stabilize, then realize. That's it, Luke. That is it. That's it. I'm dumping you for the Huns. They have a bigger army. No! Okay, good. Good, good, good. Alright, we now have probably a large enough standing army to kill 3 roaming barbs. Ideally, I would have liked 1 more hoplite, but I kind of don't want to waste any more time on them, at least not in that city. Maybe down in Wales, we could squeeze a cheeky hoplite out as well. Maybe even send it... Ooh, yeah, actually, if Wales builds a little standing army as well, what we could do is... And maybe just a warrior. What we could do is build this force, scare off these guys who have been absolutely a pain in my side for a million years, and then maybe sweep through here and take Teutoburg? Teutoburg? Citation needed. Anyway, let's do that. Let's merge up Zhou. Zhou, I'm sorry, chat, but we're going to have to send Zhou into war. It wasn't how Zhou saw his retirement going. But the continent is rapidly becoming unstable, particularly up north here, as one AI player romps over Alan. Although, look, Alan, you're still expanding. You're doing good. Good job, you. He says in a very condescending light. May as well yeet in here into this lake and grab this as well, right? Zhou's been drafted. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, conscription, conscription is taking place at the moment in the wonderful Greek Empire, and Zhou's been drafted for war. Sorry, Zhou. Right. We're just going to be slightly too late. They're going to destroy that one, which is such a shame because then we have to spend the stability to get it again. But it is what it is. Watch them move to this one and do the same thing. Absolutely not. Nice. Little bit of science and influence. Good to have. And then let's chase these guys down. Let's actually just go and have a look, see where they got to. That is a loss, which I didn't actually want to engage, but because they're aggressive, I've been forced to do it. So, desperate times call for desperate measures. It's Zhou and his bodyguard have accidentally stumbled into a fight. The Jovatar has returned to save the world. Zhou is Milan's dad right now. Now that you've been playing Endless, how do you like the pacing compared to normal? Good question, W177. And nice to see that you made it and could join us today. I was replying to your comment last night or earlier. It's still probably a little early days, right? Like, I'm only sort of 1/5 of the way through, but so far so good. So far so good. I definitely have gone off Blitz mode. Not a big Blitz fan. Right. Zhou. What to do with Zhou? Let's hide him back here and hope that he doesn't get attacked. Oh, look at that! Oh. Start picking on Zhou. Uh-oh. These guys can rush in here and maybe help Zhou out a little bit. Oh, Zhou. Is this the end of Zhou? Have I killed Zhou? Sia, you're joining us at a great time. Oh, no! Oh, no. Can we get the biggest rip ever in the chat? I was sworn to protect him, and I let him down. I've let Zhou down. I've let Zhou's family down. I've let Zhou's mum down. Zhou Mama. I let Zhou Mama down. Minus 100 stability for the rest of the game. They must die for their treachery. My eyes fill red with rage. Restart. Rest in peace, Zhou. Turn 1 to turn 121. You were a soldier. You were a fighter. And I let you down by accidentally sending you into a fight that you weren't prepared to take. Zhou, I am sorry. Zhou. Now we have to go on a holy crusade of vengeance. Zhou will never be forgotten. Zhou the Zhou. Avenge Zhou. Hashtag avenge Zhou. Let's get it trending. Absolutely not. But we do need to avenge Zhou. A kingdom won't be enough reparations. Exterminate! Exterminate. Eliminate. Zhou's second bodyguard, who was a little bit late to the party, is arriving to clean up the mess of these barbarians, hopefully. Yeah, look, there they go. That archer. If they didn't have that freaking archer unit, we would have taken them as well. It was just the fact that they could fire at Zhou. And they chose to fire at Zhou as well. They purposefully chose to fire at Zhou. Oh, look at this. I'm going to take absolute pleasure in manually resolving this battle. Yeah, go on. Do your worst. 12 damage. Eat it! Eat it! There is Zhou revenged. There is Zhou, there is some avenge... We destroyed the unit that destroyed Zhou. But that's not enough. That's nowhere near enough. We need to hunt down wherever they came from. Here. Let's station the troops in Nash for a minute. Nash, a particularly vulnerable outpost that's about to be created. And then we'll have a standing army in Wales online soon-ish. I'm willing to spend gold to hasten that along. We'll get rid of these guys who have been taunting me for years. We'll sweep through here and clear them out. And then a two-pronged approach to clear out Pasaron as well. The homeland of the Zhou moiterers. At least these ones are peaceful. We might actually be able to hire them and use them to our advantage. We need to burn their filthy capital to the ground. No rest until their camp is but ashes. I agree. We've lost Zhou and Zhou Bro. Is there Joanna? We should build a settler when we unlock settlers. Because I think they are a woman in this game. Like they're portrayed as a female. And then... Ooh. Might just step out of that mess. And call it Joanna. Absolutely. That's such a fun idea. I love it. These guys are being kind of dicks. We'll trade with them, though. Because... Wampa. What's this? +5 industry. I'll take it. Oh, glitchy. You're a bit glitchy. Okay. +5 industry on all cities. Yeah, sweet. I'll save up my gold and absolutely purchase all of these trade licenses now. Let's make that a priority from now on rather than buying units. We should be able to just rely on production, I guess, to build the rest of these. Particularly, of course, if we're spending our gold to increase our production, right? Probably a better long-term strategy. Gotta go because it's 1 a.m. Good night, Vlad. Thank you so much for joining us. Should build a holy site where the battle took place. Oh, that's a fun idea. I love that too. You guys are so clever. Okay, they've got 4 units down here. This is a stronger city than we had envisioned. But it won't be impossible for us to take it. It just means that we're probably going to have to, maybe strengthen our forces, or maybe actually combine them. Perhaps first and foremost, because this is a relatively foreign threat, let's see how many turns. Okay, it's only going to take us 3 turns and we can get down here to Teutoburg. Teutoburg is really their heartland. They've got 7 units and a really nice looking city that I wouldn't mind taking. So let's bring all of our forces down here. A combined 2-pronged strike. Oh, for goodness sake. Why would you fight me? We could be great trade partners and allies. But instead, you choose to take high ground and run at me with your horses. Poor Not Joe. Lucky we didn't really care too much about Not Joe. See ya, Not Joe. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's do that. This army is coming online. Is it enough to take out them? Nearly. But I'm not going to push a nearly fight again. Time zones are so crazy. 1 a.m. there, 10 a.m. in New Zealand, and in America, it's 1746 AD. Zing. Incredible. Can confirm it has seriously affected colonies in 1746 AD. Mood. Maybe we should invest in a Civic here, actually. We could reduce the hiring or assimilation costs, not overly useful. Religious rights will give us procession, which is nice. Also, the religious district cost, I'm not mad at. It would push us towards individualism, which would give us a bit of extra cash moolah as well. However, if we go this way, towards collectivism, we can get more production. Wondering which is going to be more useful for us in the long run. Let's go money.
I suppose there are some
It's 5% money. It's a reasonable deal. And then these guys, somehow the Nubians are absolutely like, oh, Alan, look, you're staging a comeback, friend. Brilliant. Brilliant. Still got not a lot to trade with me, but it is what it is. Blue, however, is clearly a very powerful person in this game. So let's start trading with them up the wazoo. And by that I mean we'll buy more. We'll buy as much of this stuff as we can. Anything cheap? No. Okay.
So, tell me.
Oh, can you not? I have to refuse those because I can't. I don't have the money to accept them. How frustrating. We'll work on them. Who are you? I'm from ancient Greece, then and now. The Celts. The people of my actual ancestry. Oh, cool. Individualism, always individualism. I knew you would say that. Nice one, Devilish. Okay, here come the reinforcements. Great timing. We don't want to step too close because we don't want to accidentally trigger a fight. I guess we could sail around this way. Yeah, let's do that. Let's sail through this lake. Sneak around the top here. Get high ground on these boys. Absolutely romp them home. We've got slaves, which is pretty nice. We'll probably enact the +1 food and +1 industry on the Commons Quarter.
With 5 research quarters dedicated to science, your empire
Nice.
becomes one
Discover
of the
Imperial
others
power.
outside
Nice.
the globe. And what will you do with this power?
We need an iron, and I note that someone had one. Who was it? You. Oh. We have an ongoing demand, Alan. What is it? They're demanding that I declare war on the Nubians. Oh no, you're trying to bring me into your war! I'm not quite ready to settle that. What can I say? I'm from America. This also looks pretty frightening. We might be losing our little foothold on the new world here.
Hail, sovereign.
More dye. I just want all the dye. All the gold. Love it. This is good. We are piecing together an empire. I'm a little bit concerned, though. We're a relatively small empire. But we've got a plan. And I love it when a plan comes together. It's going to take too long to bring these units around. Maybe we don't bother. Am I being lazy in doing that? Probably. Making others fight their wars like a true American. They've stepped up. I'd like to take the high ground from them if I could. So I'm going to move that way. I'm going to do a little dance of death with them. I should also have iron, shouldn't I? Although we probably lost it. We probably lost it in, yeah, look, it's literally right here. And I just haven't taken it. We'll send this dude up to just grab that for us. That way we don't have to rely on trade. 2D Kitty persona is scary. Yeah, all of these personas in this game are scary. It's at the moment. In this playthrough, I mean. But yes, you're not wrong. Establishing it there is super high production, so it'll be established very quickly. And let's sneak up here. For some reason, they stepped off the high ground, so we can step on it. Which is fantastic in every way. Don't quite have that iron. Don't think we'll quite get it in time. Non-aggression pact and grab the iron on their borders. You have iron in snake territory? Snake? How is old Snakey doing, actually? There it is. Nice! Thank you. I didn't even see it. Brilliant. We've now got that one iron. That was connected very easily. I think I'll still do this, though. This is still a good move. It is right next to the capital, after all. It makes sense, I think. 220. We'll do it next turn. And here we go! Get those war sticks out! They're coming to challenge. They stepped up onto the high ground slightly. Love it. Right, so Archer in the back. Front line of our Warrior, which we didn't upgrade, and our Hoplite. I think that should be good enough. They don't have any archers, so in fact... defend, fire, and defend. This should be a pretty easy victory for us. In fact, I think it will be a very easy... Hi, Tories! Weird question, but can a real player pick a persona? Yep. You can create your own, if that's what you mean. This unit is just going to absolutely destroy that one. And then we'll just hold in place and continue to fire down from this mighty high ground. As they run up and absolutely just accept defeat, really. Go, you beautiful Greek hoplites, you! They'll probably run up here and try and fight this unit because it's weaker. Yep. And that will leave them in a pretty vulnerable spot. Just couldn't quite finish them in the 3-turn timer. But we dwindled their forces down something pretty impressive. It's time to avenge Zhou, ladies and gents. It's time to avenge Zhou. More down! Yes! We take them out. We take them out. Yeah, but isn't that a persona for AI to play against? Maybe if I'm understanding you correctly, let me just tell you what I know, and maybe it'll answer your question. When you create your persona, you play as that character, but you don't receive the benefits, like plus 30% science or whatever. When you download personas for other players to use in your game, they will have the benefits that have been ascribed to the persona. So if it's a persona that has plus 20% science, and you add that persona into your game, you will get the they will get the plus 20% science. The swordsman of Greece wielding the iron tooth of the snake. Yes, Seth. Yeah, it's for AI for you to play against in a nutshell. But you don't get the benefits yourself, Griffin. I hope that makes sense. I think you upgrade the warrior now, it'll be healed to full. Yes, a wonderful little tip. Upgrade to heal to full. Or you can just buy the heals. Oops, I did not mean to separate that army. Let's join back together. Come on now. Why do they refuse to stand with each other? Get in! Okay, who needs healing? You do, and you don't. Brilliant. So we've got swordsman, an archer, and 2 hoplites. Will that be enough? It's going to be close. A little bit too close. Jerusalem! Oh, there we go. The pun we needed. Jerusalem. Love it. Another weird question about the influence cost for merging city even achievable. I need 1 million to merge in a region. You must have some big cities, Toolriz. You must have some big cities. What are we doing here? Minus 30% industry cost or additional combat strength. That will shift us the right way on this axis. So let's get the... we can't afford it. But we would get professional soldiers if we could. Because that's a goodie. Eight turns, no. We could do 4 turns for another archer. In fact, we might even just be able to buy it. Nah, nearly. But yeah, maybe 1 more archer just for some extra fire support. And then we'll move in. We've stepped into their territory, so they know we're here now. We've announced our presence. And I'm going to rent their army. And now, that changes everything. See ya, archer. We've just rented their 3 units. And we're going to use them against them next turn. For Jerusalem! So region size will scale. Yeah, so if you've got lots of territories, each territory will scale that. Also, your pop will scale it too, I believe. But I'd have to go away and check that. Place the city under siege. Just really for next turn, to be honest. Merge this army together. We've got a reasonable standing army here now. Which we'll be able to reinforce with, right? What's the highest pop city you've got? Ooh, I'm not sure. I'd love to try like a high pop game where we literally just go, let's see how many population we can get. I think the highest pop city I've had has been around 70 or 80. We can just hold out on this siege. Or we could just roll in. Let's hold them out. We can stall them for a bit. They're not going to have any reinforcements, and Zhou would be very proud of us. Religion. Zhou's religion can finally be upgraded. Let's go to the tenant screen. Oh. All we can get is +2 stability on river and +1 maximum number of holy sites. Dun, 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 dun. Love using their soldiers against them. Isn't it great, Daniel? Isn't it great? 100 the other day. Oh, wicked. 100 pop in a city. Love to see it. Did you just start yeeting them out and building wonders with them? Expel the population. Build the wonders. Expel the population. Build the wonders. Expel the... Oh, nice. I just saw your tweet, Ellen. Not a bad day's work, huh? This is why I'm a food culture. Love it. I do love a cheeky asparagus as well, I have to admit. I'm not a big steak fan, but I'm definitely an asparagus fan, as lame as that might sound. Right. How's the siege going on? Do we want to call this city Jerusalem? Is that the vibe in chat? You could change the holy site look? Oh yeah. One city challenge might be interesting. One city challenge would be very interesting. How are we doing? One more turn. Sweet. So we'll let that one turn. We'll just siege them out, basically. We're starting to get some religious civics. Adds a new grievance. +3 influence on territories that follow the state religion. That's actually pretty good. Although, I'm not sure quite how far we've spread. Oh, actually decent. Decent. That'll be good for our influence. Jerusalem. Go for Jerusalem. Just to confuse everyone else that joins the stream later. Do it. Lucas, C. Cormish. Joe City puns is really hard. I quite like Jerusalem, though. That is a pretty good one. I'm quite taken by that. Alright. We do this for Joe. We do this for Joe. Although, actually, we could just keep sieging them out until they just lose all of their citizens. But I think we'll move in now. It's what Joe would do. Joe would recklessly abandon all logic and throw himself into a city siege. I just know he would. We know Joe. This is a fine deployment. Providing we can sneak in here. Look at this. The surprise army strikes from the back. These archers did not see it coming. Oh, you think you're fun? You think you're having fun defending this hill, do you? No, says the man. Absolutely not. Horses can't climb walls, though, so the horses are in a pretty bad spot. Luckily, we have this highly advantageous position up here. Johannesburg! There's another one. There's another one. Love it. 30-day dry-aged. My goodness. I appreciate your... I mean, I don't know if you love food, but I appreciate your passion for it. I'm also quite passionate for I quite like cooking. Cooking's fun. Okay. These units are on, like, some weird, like, turn timer, which is kind of annoying. What are they waiting on? This happens to me this has happened to me every time since the last patch, but it never... Jakarta! There's another one! Oh, these are brilliant. We'll probably have to put it to a poll. This is so annoying. Is this a glitch? Like... I think you have to... Someone said last time that if you go out of the battle and then go into a city and do something in the city, it helps, apparently, I'm told. I'm not sure. Let's get a hold of old mate across the way, who we've got a million grievances against because they stopped my dye trade. Come on! Destroyed?
For that trifle, it's already
I really want to keep them on board, so I'm just gonna literally renounce all of these. What did they want? They want Matar.
You behave badly, but I have a soft spot for you. For that,
I'm actually gonna give it to them.
it's already forgotten.
Because I kind of don't want it at the moment, and they ransacked it anyway. So that feels like an easy political win. So aggressive. Why are you so aggressive, 2D Curie? It's really annoying. Son Joe. Joe Zealand. Joe Paw. Oh my goodness. Okay, this battle is still being stupid, so I'll just end the round. Hello? Hello? Okay, there we go. There we go. We just had to zoom out and zoom back in. Pan around a bit. Non-aggression pack might calm them down. Probably not, but worth a try. It will be. Last time I suggested it, they declined it. So I might just save up a little bit of cash. Sorry, they counted it. So if I save up a bit of cash, we might be able to, sort of, quote-unquote, force them to do it. Brilliant. I think we just took the flag, which is pretty funny. Oh, this is easy. Auto-resolve. Let's clean them up. Although I'm not quite sure what you're doing. Oh yeah. No, he's popping back to defend. Do 6 damage. Love it. And there we have it. There we have it. Teutonberg is ours! And what should we call it? Let's throw it to a poll! Teutoburg. More like... And I'll throw in Machu Picchu. Let's do Jakarta, Jerusalem. Oops, I only did 2 and I spelt Jerusalem wrong, I think. Oh well, there's your choice for the first one. Will it be Jakarta or Jerusalem? You decide. You decide. Stability here is dreadful. Let's bring the army in. Helps stabilize the cause. And in 312 turns, the city will build the mausoleum. The Chinese city in front of Taiwan called Fuzhou. You should call it Fuzhou. Nice! This is the year of Jerusalem. Oh yeah, Jerusalem does appear to be a favourite in chat. I note early results are polling Jerusalem at 45%. Which is fairly high. I like it. Alright, what have we got? +1 combat strength on our units. +10 food. We actually need the food, so let's ditch that. Absolutely ditched. And then, as I say, let's chase down this unit, just to really get revenge for Zhou. We'll send the Barbs to fight their own unit. Brilliant. Now... we want these units up north. Quick stat. Because... oh, look at this. They just don't give up. Alright. We'll leave this one to heal on Teutonberg because its stability is a bit low, so we'll just station some army there, help to increase it a little bit. It'll increase over time, though. You can see it's going to go up to 100%, so not the end of the world. How are we doing with our era stars? I'm getting a little bit anxious. 2 more technologies, and some pretty easy ones with districts, too. So, how are we doing for techs? I think we're researching a really slow tech. Yeah, we're researching feudalism, and that's why we're not getting the stars early. Probably not even worth doing, but I'll stick with it for now because it's what we've chosen. Arstotzka is still doing okay, but it really just needs more and more and more production, so let's work on its productive industries. And maybe slot a couple of Maker's Quarters as well, around as well. Holy site where Zhou died. I do like that. Where did Zhou die, though? Like, where exactly did Zhou die? There? No. Okay, that's it. We need to move forward quickly and maybe claim as we go. definitely claim as we go. Oh, we're going over here. My mistake. We need to wipe out the rest of these guys, don't we? Brilliant. Bring some more territories under our control. Pretty important. Oh, this one here I've been meaning to do for a long time. Boom. Right, that's 2 more. Oh, look, they're spreading. The Zhou killers are spreading. Alright, well, luckily for us, this one is going to be very vulnerable because it's very new. So, we'll probably be able to sweep this one immediately. They've actually done us a favour, believe it or not, by settling that one. Because we'll be able to just snag it off them. Might send you that way. Send you this way. And then we'll sort of do like a 2-pronged approach. Sweep our way across and try and secure a rough line along here. Right? A rough line along here, because this is just nasty. Oh, you're being pushed back a bit. Oh, feels bad. Will they take the non-aggression pact? Unlikely. But we'll try it. They just outright refused. Oh!
And why would I accept this proposal?
Yikes. Yeah, that's right. Jostotska. Territory above Nash is where Joe Bro met his fate. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Seth. So it needs to be in Nash. I would love for Nash to be a city, but the cost is just getting absolutely out of control. As I spread my filthy spread. We can take out these units of theirs pretty easily, so let's do it. Maybe not put the archer on the front line? Just a thought. Ah, they snuck around the back. Of course they did. Get out of there. It ended up not mattering though, because they won't be able to get down from that cliff and come here and hit this archer in time, because we've got it nicely defended. Oh, what a beautiful victory! Another revenge battle for Joe as we sweep in here and take this, which is going to be really nice for us because it's going to be basically a free city. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, barbarians. I appreciate you to the nth degree. Joe Vegas. Arizona. I can't super chat a city name as it's too long. Where is the Joe in there? Is that city, is that in Wales? Is that really famously long city name in Wales? There is actually a town in New Zealand that has a stupidly long name as well. That in that same vein. Where's the Joe? Tell me where to put the Joe. Honestly, we kind of do need these hinterland territories as well. Particularly this gemstone one. I'm quite interested in that. Let's send this guy over there. Just to have a wee nose. There needs to be a quick combat option. Oh, you can auto-resolve the battles, Joe. And turn up the speed at which your units move as well. So I feel like you can make combat quick if you want to. We unlock the Cultural Blessing Civic, which is a good one for, as you may know if you've watched a certain video, stability. But at the moment we actually don't need stability. We need +1 influence, so we'll probably get that in future. We'll probably get multiculturalism. But for the time being, let's teach these guys a freaking lesson and finally bring the territory back sort of in reasonable control. Hey, Crypto Jib. Where's the Joe? Mosque Joe. Ida Joe. Lanfair Pulglinklig Joe Gurkno Warble Will Lanistic Joe. And there is the really long place name in New Zealand. Thanks for hunting that out for me, Alan. I have not practiced its pronunciation, but let me see how I can go. Taumata whakatangi hanga koa o tamatama turi kaka piki maunga horo nuku pokai whenua ki tana tahu. How was that? I feel like maybe that was could have been a bit faster, but maybe a 6 out of 10. Invest 815 to get 6 per turn. I don't know. So we have 400 turns left, and it's per territory and administrative center. So we've got, we'll probably have roughly around 10, 2 10s, 20. It's a tough call, isn't it? Pablo Diego Zebrano. Pablo Picasso's full name. What a wicked full name. You just terrified my cats with that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Cats, come back. It was a little rusty. It was a little slow. Maybe I should practice it, and then I can just like ramble it off with great pace. Jerusalem was the winner, by the way, of the vote. So, Jerusalem it shall be. But do keep sending your suggestions in for the next one, because we're about to have a next one to take. And we will, of course, name them after Joe. The man, the myth, the legend. How is stability here? Increasing. Good. Good, good, good. We'll leave that to its own devices. Oh, goodness, we're above our city cap. Okay, well, here's another one. So, I will throw in a couple of suggestions. Even as a fellow New Zealander, I don't think I can replicate that. I'm sure you could. Hokkaido. Brilliant. I'll grab Hokkaido, which is, of course, the northern island of Japan. Hokkaido. So let's go Hokkaido as one option. Then I quite liked... I was just scrolling back through... quite like Moskjo. That's fun. Kind of Russian. And then there was one earlier that I said I would include, but I didn't. Tokijo. Jobin. Arizona. Arizona is quite fun. Let's take that from you, Luke. Arizona. I haven't been bribed, so the vote is entirely open. Take your pick. We've got 3 options this time for what we should call this one. Right. What do we want to do here is a better question. +9 food? Yeah, it's decent. Let's get a little bit of food going. Grow up this one. Maybe we can actually have somewhere that has some semblance of population to it. Germany. Oh my goodness. Oh, Johannesburg. That was another one. Yeah. I liked Johannesburg a lot because it's very authentic. Ridiculously authentic, in fact. We should probably give Jerusalem something to build other than just the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. You know, that seems like a fair move. Oh, sweet. They built a Commons Quarter and a Research Quarter here before we took it. How fantastic. How fantastic. Didn't get a super chat bribe to name a city or... Oh, thanks, Coppertone. Andy did want the Long Boy one named Snake Way. I think that was it. Unfortunately, I just can't turn it into a city, so I can't name it. I'm stuck, because it's so far away from the rest of the Empire. Right, here it is. It's a shame you can't rename outposts. Like, why is that not a thing? I don't know. Barb v Barb. Let's go scare them off. And let's move this way. This city will hopefully be very developed. Ah... A research quarter. Nice. Why are they researching? Who knows? Oh, look, and they're spreading down here too. Oh, we're going to be way over our city cap. As usual, they beeline straight for the archer. It's fine. These are all barbarian units anyway. is the beauty here. But they've outplayed themselves. They do have the high ground, granted, but we can protect that archer now by putting these units in front of it. Take the city, ransack it, build it as an outpost. Yeah, yeah. A fair move. It seems such a shame, though, when they're so built up, right? Kind of misspelt them in the poll. Did I? Oops. It's a shame that that cavalry's about to be zonked. We'll reduce one attack on it by taking out that unit. We could have considered swapping them, but whatever. As I say, it's a barb, so who cares? We could go and tidy them up. Nah. Let's keep moving. Yeah, I like the idea of saving the city cap. I do like that. We're only suffering 10 influence per turn, though. Which, yes, it's a lot, but it's not massive right now. But we might need to do it moving forward. We might need to do it moving forward. Oops. Oh my goodness, look at this! Look at this! This is like more developed than all of my cities combined! This is ridiculous! Ridiculous! Oh, yikes. Okay, wow. Incredible. And look at this horrible mountain range that we need to fight through. Oh, Daniel Loader, thank you for the $3.50 super chat. Christchurch. Christchurch? A mood? Where do you want it? Let me know. Hard to fit Zhou into it, I also acknowledge. Hard to fit Zhou. Where can we put it? Oh, we can actually put it right here. Your wish is my command. Thank you so much for your support, Daniel. You're the man. Brilliant. What is this random unit doing? Ooh, I'll tell you what this one's doing. That. just to fortify the homeland, right? That's our goal. This is an awful battle. But they're probably going to be dumb, and yeah, we're just going to be able to flood through here, I think. Oh, we could move around. Yeah, sure, I'm not against the cheeky flank. This is a bit of a bottleneck sitch. Might just leave it there. What do you reckon? Defend the sides of the flag, let them funnel out. Yeah, another good move. But why not beat them while we're at it? Hello, I'm here. I've snuck around the side of your city. Ah, that's stuffed. See ya. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Call that a money shot. Joseph. Oh, then and now. It's Joseph himself? The spiritual leader? What is this doing? We've got more militia here wanting to be romped. I would have really liked to swap that unit out. That's such a shame. But all is fair in love and war. Just gonna pop back and defend for a bit. Maybe they'll take the bait. Okay. Not terrible. Not terrible. We could use some reinforcements. Perhaps even just this unit would be nice. Just to bolster us up a bit. "42 turns! Absolutely not. Ah, there is a link. Joseph was Christ's father, so it could be called Joseph's. Good point. Good point. Do I want to push any further north? It's a risky game, and I've been nipped in the... I've been sort of punished a bit for pushing too far. To be fair. Got a little bit greedy. However, this territory looks very fruitful, so I'll probably take that. And actually, yeah, that might be nice. Sort of got a rough borderline forming. We can grab maybe this one as well. I like it. I like it. What's going on here? We're still fighting. Brilliant. Okay. That's fine. We didn't lose the siege, it was a draw. And actually, I'm actually not mad at that. I didn't want to take any more losses, was my thing. So let's heal up. We've got a little bit of gold to spend, I note. Oh, what have you stumbled into? Oh, that felt too easy. I kind of feel like a bully after that fight. They just sort of walked into me and died. Feels bad, man. Feels real bad. Ethiopia? Hey, that's a good one, Noah. Instant resolve would have killed me. Yes, you're right. It was only thanks to manual resolving there, probably, that helped us. Your side is weaker overall. Yeah, I'm talking BS. Okay, 2 more techs to get that era star, and... 8 more districts. Our next one's actually kind of tricky. 8 districts feels difficult. Housing, finally getting some infrastructure online. Let's consult our trade partners and see how they're doing. You're not doing so hot. Oh, you are doing wonderfully. Do you want to trade everything? Oh, fuck off. Excuse me. Why did that annoy me so much? That annoyed me so much. I can't tell you how much that annoyed me. 2,000 gold. You pretentious... Where's the salt when I need to buy it? Am I right? Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can you rename outposts? Sadly not. No. Which is very frustrating. Pop back here. Heal this unit. How many more turns do we have this thing? These people will disappear in less than 10 turns. Okay, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. Thank you, yes. Yes, 2,000 gold. I mean, for goodness sake. 2,000 gold! What do they want now? You annexed the independent city of Jerusalem. And I stole their the independent people of Christchurch. Well, you know what? Eat it. They weren't grievances though, were they? No. Sorry, they weren't demands, they were just grievances. So trade continues. You're allowed to have grievances and trade, you just can't have demands. Ooh. Why buy salt? You already have the Wondrous effect. I was joking because I'm salty about that deal. I think we want the cheapest text we can get so that we can get this freaking Era Star online, right? So let's get Craftsmanship and Rhetoric. How are we looking? Wales, Jerusalem. Housing is doing fine. This one is fine for stability. Christchurch is fine for stability. Wales is fine. And Jerusalem is becoming fine. Who wants to take this territory, I wonder? We'll think about it. We'll think about it. We got some influence to spend, like we could yeet out a harbour and then connect it up. Not a terrible idea. Oh, look at this! Where did this standing army come from? What? They just created this outpost and it's popped out 5 units. Come on, Humankind difficulty. Oh, I get you, Alan. I get you. Okay. This again makes stuff pretty tricky for us. Might look to Wales for guidance on producing some units. Let's get, in Wales, perhaps a hoplite and an archer. And then in housing, let's go maybe the same again. Hoplite, archer. Nice. And then maybe one more city wants to help us out too. The trouble is we don't really have any populous cities to do it in. I mean, Jerusalem, I suppose. 14 turns. Not really worth though, is it? The free people cheat so bad when it comes to creating units. Quick, steal the 0 pop city. Yes. 3 turns. 3 turns. Let's try that. Try and sneak around Passaron, past Sham, the poor snake territory that is still wanting to be connected. And sneak down this way. I'll just sort of stick near this territory. Try and work my way through. Maybe we can sneak in and grab it while it's got no population. That'll teach them for sending these units at Christchurch. Christchurch has very little in the way of reinforcements here. We'll hide this mercenary down here and get it to chop down some forests. Hope that they don't come in... Oh, actually, they probably won't mess with Christchurch because it's a city. They could be lined for Nash again, though. They love to pick on Nash. It's like their absolute punching bag. Oh, good find. 60 gold. Brilliant. And look at this. Plus 14, plus 17. This is what I'm talking about. This is going to be a fantastic territory. And if we hook it up to Aristotska, Aristotska could really snowball. What did we vote on, by the way? Just turning my attention back to the vote. We decided that Arizona was our favourite. Ha, Copatone, you read my mind. Looks like Arizona got 43%. Oh, yeah, that should have been Hokkaido. Hokkaido got 30% and Moskjo got 26%. You're right, I did misspell both of those. I'm so sorry. But I think because I described them, we are probably on the same page, right? So we decided on Arizona, which I like. It's kind of got a fun vibe to it. Oh, hold the phone. We've been intercepted on our way down to steal this 0 pop city. It's a 3v2, but our units are arguably better. Let's position them in, like... It's a shame one of them's not a ranged unit. But... do I want to just fight from the low ground so that I can attack twice per turn? Or do I want to jump up onto the high ground? I think I'll probably jump to the high ground regardless, right? Because they won't go for the flag. Yeah, this is a nice defendable spot. We've got defense, combat strength, and in-forest combat strength. That being said, I'm still going to strike there. I would really love it if you could swap units. And I understand that this unit has already moved once. Like, I get that, I do. But it would be nice if you could swap them. However, we can come down here to the low ground and take out that bad boy anyway, which should hopefully protect our hoplite. Hopefully. Nice. Oh, they're not even trying to fight me now. Ha! You coward! But that's fine. Honestly, if we can take out one of the units and then move through, that is all bueno. So let's do that. Slowed us down a little bit though. I really want to get to Dunaad before it grows. Get down to Dunners, as it were. Come on, fight me. Fight me! Fine. Have it your way. The old bait and switch never fails. That'll tidy them up just nicely. Brilliant. 2 units down. We didn't gain any spoils, which is a shame, but we move on. And I'm going to pay the gold to heal this unit, because I don't want to waste time. I do not want to waste any time. Let's move down to the bottom of this territory. Everybody, please. All together now! How many turns is it, Settling Axe? This is Endless Speed, which is a 600 turn game, if it makes it to the 600th turn, of course. That's the max, right? It pays not to assume that necessarily the max will be where we end up. It might be. It might not be. Okay. Just gonna get this guy doing a bit of deforesting. No one ever liked to have to... Ooh. They've found our hidden unit. Let's retreat. That's a fight we cannot win. We could maybe cheese them a bit, but... let's retreat anyway. They can roam around and mess with Nash if they want to. Because... we're gonna take their city while they do it. This turn. Brilliant! I'm hoping it's just entirely undefended. Yep. Just walk on in and take it. Literally just walk in and take it. And to be honest, I quite like the idea of ransacking this one. Although... yeah, we probably ransack it. They've only built 1 district, and... we're losing influence per turn now, which means we'll lose... because we're well over the city cap. So we'll ransack this one next turn and mitigate that. A very, very good suggestion, by the way. A very good suggestion. Just build that. The city caps looks too dangerous. Yeah. We're definitely going to get on top of that. 100%. Merge with Passaron when you take it? Yes, but but because they're both cities at the moment, it'll cost too much. But if you mean, it's Seth, if you mean ransack it to an outpost and then merge, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so our next standing army is starting to come online, which is nice. How are our trade partners doing? I see something popped up from you. Let's buy their... oh, 1,000 gold. That's pretty far away, isn't it? Wonder if we can get a better deal from old Tootie Curie, who hates me. She's gonna make me buy her sage again.
A new independent...
oh no, I just heard the narrator say a new independent.
people possess
Oh, it's okay.
sophisticated customs,
They're over
rights,
there.
language and beliefs. I do hope you're going to treat them well.
There's so many independent people, isn't there? Burn it down, says Jake. Absolutely, burning it to the ground. See ya. But we'll re-establish it as an outpost, because man, it's a great territory to have an outpost. Look at that city cost. Yikes. And then I suppose it's time to take Passaron and finally clear out these independent tribes from the southern part of this continent, right? Jobro's sacrifice has absolutely not been in vain, Coppertone. Absolutely not. How are we doing with our era stars? I note we just got one more, which means we're nearly at the next era. I doubt that we'll have a lot of freedom of choice with what to get. How are we going to get there? 10 districts. Oh, we'll get there with gold, won't we? We just need 4,000 gold, so that'll be our pathway. Oh, no, that won't be our pathway. We're nowhere near rich enough to support that. Goodness gracious, these are tough. It must be the techs then. 4 more techs. Have we got any cheapies? Yeah, we got a few. We got a few. It's going to take us a hot minute, though. Do we want +2 vision range or science at the cost of money? Give me science at the cost of money, because I think that's my only hope. My only hope of getting these era stars, to be perfectly honest. So we'll station these 2 units here. They've been promoted. They're fairly good units. I don't want to lose them. Now, let's send them some reinforcements from the mainland. Here we have the Hoplite and the Archer. Brill. Let's get them over to maybe Christchurch, the top, sort of the right-hand side of Christchurch. Likewise, let's pull... Oops. No, don't walk that way. Let's pull these units out of housing and bring them to the same Rondesvous point in Christchurch. Glasgow. Sevastopol. Agrarian greater than just +4 pop. Science ability, is it worth using it? The science ability is really good. Yeah, maybe we should lean into that a bit. I wonder where. So, can set cities to collective mines. All industry and money is converted into science. The mode lasts at least 5 turns. So we would entirely lose our production in Wales. To be honest, it might not actually be a terrible thing. Like, it might be, but it might not be. I'm sort of a bit undecided. Let's enact it and just see what happens, shall we? We'll just play with it. So at the moment, this city is producing, actually though, let's maybe build it somewhere that's doing a bit more. Oh, no, actually, it's probably... Oh, what was that? Oh, Stephen, hey! Thank you so much with the yellow bribe too. Stephen with a 10 Canadian dollars super chat. Unfortunately, it's time for me to head out. Great stream, and thank you for the thoughtful guide vids you've posted. Oh, Stephen, it's my absolute pleasure. Thank you, by the way, for sending me your avatar on Twitter as well, your Humankind persona. I'll be sure to chuck you in the next game. It's unfortunate we'd started this one before you sent it to me, so I couldn't add you in here. But thank you for that. And thank you for your support, Stephen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Whatever it has in store for you, my man. Yeah, keep moving. Keep moving. And yeah, like I say, we'll try it in Wales. Although, kind of keen to just see this Archer get finished first. So we'll try it next turn. How much per tech? So Empire-wide, we're getting 313. And technologies are around... Well, this one's only 1,300, actually. So, perhaps... Let's do it. No industry. But a huge boost in our science. Should we do it everywhere? Maybe once housing finishes this, we'll do it in housing as well. Just to speed through this era. I like it a lot. Maybe also in like some crappy city that isn't really doing much. What is the percentage you get to keep from your super chats? Is there a better way to support you? The percentage is actually really high, Alan. It's really high. Like, it's like 95% or something. For most cases. It does depend a little bit on your region, but in most cases, it's very high. The absolute best way to do it would be through Patreon. which I have. But honestly, the super chats are really good, actually, really good. Definitely right up there, I would say. Yeah, but otherwise, you know, YouTube memberships are the same, and of course, I think Patreon is a little bit more generous, but not by a lot. And to be honest, like, I'm just grateful for everything and anything. So yeah, Twitch is harsher, I believe. I believe Twitch is much harsher on that regard. Like I say, it does depend a little bit on regionality, but for me, it's at around 90%. Yeah, around 90%. It depends on the region of the person who's donating and also the region of where you are. I'm quite fortunate in that I'm in New Zealand, and New Zealand has pretty good, I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, and all I want to say is treaties. We're a pretty good relationship with the US, so I'm not penalised. In fact, I'm rewarded a lot more than others. The cut that I get is a lot higher than some others, I believe. Alright, so, anyway, back to the task at hand. Merging these armies. And striking on this. Look at all these districts I've built. This is going to be like the best city of my life. Thank you, AI. Thank you for being stupidly strong. Much appreciate. Brilliant. Alright, let's do that collective minds now. Housing should have finished that thing. Yeah, it did. Would be nice if our Stots got to do it as well. I'm just going to start attaching neighbouring territories because the barbarians won't run at them if they're attached, right? They're much less likely. 280 for every $5. Yikes, 50%. Goodness gracious. All those mountains are going to be about to conquer through. What's the plan of attack? We've got open plains on Sham side. There is a river there, but we've got some units there ready to go through this way. This is our easiest path of entry. That being said, last time we funneled through this bottleneck, it actually wasn't the worst thing ever. We did quite a bit of damage there, but it is a good point to note that we don't want too many units there. Oh, look at that. They've built even more. Oh my goodness. Let's place them under siege. And maintain it. We've got units on all sides. We could probably just strike now. And waste no time, to be honest. What's the siege overview looking like? Let's assault them, I think. What do you reckon? I reckon we just go in. Let's go in. Horses sadly can't climb walls. So the horse, not entirely useful. But we can use it to body block. And we'll give a good go at this unit. And again, just hold this bottleneck. Because actually, it's sort of a... It's a thing of two halves, right? Because they can only hit me on one square. But I can strike them with almost all of my units. So actually, this is totally fine. We might reinforce on this side just to have a little bit of a presence here. That will probably catch them a little bit unawares. And then we can move in probably with this... no, let's attack with this one. Fire with the archer to clean it up. Right? And then the horse can't make it over the walls, but you can! But we'll just stay there so that they can only attack with one unit at a time. I'm gonna go for these guys, because they're easy pickings, right? They're like crossing a river and stuff. It's not ideal. However, here I come, and I've actually taken your dang flag. How do you like me now? How do you like me now? Okay, brill. I don't... it's a shame that we lost that one unit, but it was only a swordsman, not a hoplite, so not a biggie. Era star unlocked. Yes! Well, the AI likes to charge horses somehow. Yeah. Okay, there we have it. Brilliant. Oh my goodness. And in the same turn 161 has been an absolute romper of a turn for us, actually. Let's go theology for the extra city cap. Desperately needed now that we've got yet another city. But crucially, it's time for us to change era. It's time for change. Who should we choose? I guess it has to be the Umayyads, right? Are they our only option? It's a shame, because I've never got to play with the English. Teutons. Teutons do get science, but they're expansionist. Byzantines. So I guess we actually do have two options, right? The Franks are aesthetes, unfortunately. Granted, they do have a science district, but I don't know if that's within scope of the challenge. I did commit to choosing science cultures after we ditched Zhou, of course. And I think we should probably stick within the bounds of the challenge, but I'll put it to you. Oh, we'll put it to a vote. So obviously the logical decision, science only, right? It is science only, and I am keen to play it. So as far as our science only options go, we have the Umayyads, who give us plus 5% science per alliance. That's pretty garbage town. Plus 3 science per number of attached territories. Minus plus 5 faith. Plus 1 research slot. Yeah, I mean they are what they are. It does sort of have to be them, though, unfortunately. Umayyads. Or, of course, our other option is we stay Greek. We could transcend with the Greeks. That is absolutely an option. And then the third wild card would be to break the challenge and choose ENG. But I don't think we should do that. I'll put it in. I don't think we should do it, though. I think we should stick with the challenge. What should we call this poll? New number who dis. Alright. You've got 3 options. I will just remind you that where are we? Oh, the option that says choose the English could also be choose the Franks, but I don't think we should do it. With the Greeks, we could stay with the Greeks. We know what they do. They have the hoplite. They have their unique district that provides us with influence, and we get the plus 10 fame. The other option is, of course, the Umayyads, who I haven't played, so I'm kind of interested to play them. And then lastly, we have break the challenge, which is what that third poll option is. And we could break for either the English or the Franks. So if you're looking at the poll and you're like, what's that last option? Just consider it's break the challenge. And I'm just going to quickly go and grab a drink while you vote. I will be literally like a minute. So I'll see you very... Gareth Davies! Gareth is trying to bribe me with a super chat before I go. I see you, Gareth! The power of bribery. Oh my goodness. This is an ethical conundrum now. This is an ethical conundrum. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat, Gareth. Gareth simply says, Franks. I will be right back. Just going to grab a drink. I'm not quite sure how much longer this stream will go, but I'm vibing it at the moment, so let's keep rolling. I'll see you in a minute. Oh my goodness, I can hear things going absolutely nuts. What's going on? Oh no! Oh no, I don't know what to do now. Okay, so W177 Reaper actually just absolutely yeeted everything out of the park with a $15 super chat. Said, here's a bribe for the Franks. That is a very considerable bribe. They're close enough. And actually, that's a good point, because if you remember, we have actually played Zhou already, and Zhou was an ace-like culture. So I don't mind so much if we choose the Franks because they have that science thing to them. However, I will not choose the English because they are just far too far away from the challenge. Seth Seaton as well, $5. Thank you, Seth. Seth says, Joe Bro has finally been avenged. Yes! All of Greece rejoices as this marks the coming of a new era. This is not a bribe, to be frank. And Brian with a $3 bribe as well, said Joe Myers. Oh my goodness. I was going to counter bribe, I can't beat 15. Exactly. You'll have... Okay, alright. Alright. I hear you, I see you. And actually, I have a great deal of respect for the Frank decision. Everyone plays the Franks. I actually have only... I think I've only played with them once. Okay. Final decision point, but your point is well taken about the Franks. They are close enough. They are close enough. So let's go Franks or the Umayyads, who I think are pretty underpowered. Like, the thing that puts me off them is not that they are necessarily, like... it's not that I don't want to play them. It's just that we are playing Humankind difficulty on a huge map, and I just don't know if they're very good at it. However, one final vote into the chat. Thank you so much for your generosity, by the way. But it does, yes, Violet Oracle, you're right. It has to be Umayyads versus the Franks. This is our final call. My vote now, actually, I have to say, and you're going to be like, oh, you've been bribed. But I actually have to say, the Franks probably is actually the best bet for us. Their unique unit is better, their unique district is better, and their trait is... let's have a look at the Umayyads again. Plus, see, the trouble is we don't have any alliances. And we're never going to get them. We're never going to get them. The Franks are great, but Bratwursts are better. My vote is for the Franks. I think they're a better decision. Purely because we can't afford to get alliances. Let me show you why. So, we've got these guys who will not accept any deals with me ever, right? Then we've got 2D Kitty, who we know... Where is she? Who we know refuses to buddy up with me. We do, however... Oh, we don't even have our alliance with Alan anymore. We literally have zero alliance. The Joe Myads are trash. Oh, Seth. Oh, Seth. Seth, thank you so much for another $5. Seth says, I just realised we did take Jerusalem. 180 into Teutons. I'm not going to do the Teutons. I think I'll leave the Teutons out. I really appreciate your support, but I think we'll keep it just to Umayyads versus versus the Franks. I really think it does have to be the Franks. I think if we choose the Umayyads, frankly, I think if we choose the Umayyads, we lose. Purely because I just don't think we can get these alliances on board. Even our ally doesn't want to be allied with us. D1T, hey Jumbo, just started watching Civ 5 content, now I'm obsessed with Humankind too. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, Civ 5 and Humankind are fantastic for strategy games. They are so good. Can I take my vote back? No, you can't, Cornish Fish. It's stuck. It's stuck. I'm sorry, but let it be known that Cornish Fish would like to change their vote. Oh, man. Oh, man. Right, okay, we can't dwell on this too long, or the people watching the VOD will be like, come on, Jumbo, sort your crap out. So I'm gonna have to shunk in the poll, and let's make our decision. So, here we are, 261. When we didn't want to transcend with the Greeks, which I think was a great call. There were only 55 votes! Wow. 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 It was 50% Franks to 49% Umayyads. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. We're going to choose the Franks this time, but let me make you a little promise now. We will play a game with the Umayyads. What we'll do is, we'll play a diplomacy, quote-unquote diplomacy game, right? We'll do a quote-unquote diplomacy playthrough, and we'll choose everything that gets buffs from alliances. I think that's a better focus for us to play as them. So that is my commitment to you. Do hold it against me. Thank you very much, W177 Reaper, for the $5 super chat. Loved the frankly pun. Take my money. Oh, thank you so much. The hype continues. Let's keep streaming. Let's keep playing. And let's, frankly, choose this culture. Thank you very much for all of your input, though, and all of your generosity. It's not just the bribes that decide it, of course. It's not just the bribes, but I really do appreciate them. We shouldn't call them bribes. It sounds so dodgy. But but I do appreciate your support. I do. Oh, hello, no name. Sorry, I missed you earlier. I was about to vote. Oh, no. Sorry, just got here. Hi, Andrew. Nice of you to join us. All of those who abstained from voting betrayed the memory of Zhou. Yes, there are 140 of you watching right now. You treacherous 90 people. Imagine how powerful you could have been. Right. Back to the task at hand as we finish off this turn. This new city is incredibly loyal. I love it. Let's attach a territory to it. The first territory is quite cheap to attach. You may have noticed it was 43 influence for the first one, and now it's 10x that for the second. So, weird scalable things happening, right? Pretty weird. If I place this, can I buy it? No, I can't. It's far too expensive. Let's just get this on producing the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, because it's already got such great districts, right? It's already so well built up. Now, I believe there was a roaming... yes, look. 5 units up here, which are just going to absolutely be a pain in my backside. Oh, yes, and we need to rename this as well, don't we? Don't we? What did we want to call this one? I can't remember. Was it Jakarta or Jerusalem? Sorry, Jakarta or Hokkaido? Or there was a third one as well, wasn't there?
Innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge. And we
Oh yes, good point, Lucas. We'll need to hook up those horses.
To be honest, King of the Franks.
You can keep building current unique after the switch. Place the amphitheater. Oh, I actually thought that didn't work. Did they change that, or has that always been the case? My understanding was it would freeze up its production, but yes, you're so right. That was very foolish of me. However, it does mean we can move straight into building this one instead. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Counts as a research slot. +2 influence per adjacent district. +5 science. Nice. Let's build it. Oh, Arizona! Yes, it was Arizona, wasn't it? How do we spell Arizona? Is it Arijoena? Is that the... That must be it, right? Arizona? Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. We won't make our capital Arizona. Arizona! Love it. What a stupid name. I mean, it's brilliant. But man, it's stupid. Okay. Now, your comment about the horses is very well taken. Let's pop down here and grab this territory for their horses. And I believe there was another one, wasn't there? Somewhere. But we'll definitely want to pound out some of our uniques, because they're very strong. It's going to be Arizona, but I paid to have it Christchurch. Oh yeah, that's right, you bribed me. Oh well, we got the best of both worlds now. KSI. 2 over city caps costing you 100 influence. More city cap is a priority. That's why I'm researching theology. Renaissance Press. Gonna grab that extra city cap. But I'm not gonna pillage any cities in the meantime. Although it is tempting, to be honest, to get rid of Christchurch, because Christchurch is a pretty garbage city. Both in real life and in this game. Absolute shots fired. I am not holding anything back. Right, come on. Please, get up here and get rid of these. I bet you they're coming back for Nash again. They just love Nash. Maybe we hook it up to Christchurch. Welcome to Christchurch, Nash. You're part of the crew. Brilliant. We might as well do it, right? Oh, look, this is fun. This is a trade route through a territory that is no longer claimed by anybody. That's what they look like. If you ever see that, that's what that is. That is trade happening in real life. Speaking of trade happening in real life, I would like the rest of your sage. And perhaps your ebony too. Love it. Ooh, look at this! Woof! Lucky we got on top of these Joes early, right? Nah, it's not what you get at all for jumping in midstream. No, totally fine. Totally fine. It's actually more luck than anything that I happen to be researching it right now. That's where Joe Bro died. Oh, yes, of course! Of course. Of course. I actually might just make a wee note here. I might also just put Rip Joe in here, just so that I remember that this is the territory that was built in memorandum of Joe. Speaking of, it was right here, wasn't it? Was it this spot where we need to build the holy site to commemorate Joe? I think it was. I might get someone to just confirm it for me in the chat before I place it down though, because I would hate to put it in the wrong place. But I'm pretty sure it's that one tile to the north of Nash. Pretty sure. Ooh, discovery. We need that, actually. Let's keep discovering.
Fascinating.
The trade... Oh, the trade points where he fell. Oh, right. Oh, goodness.
And build a palace or two.
Okay, so we have to get that territory. Okay, that's fine. What's going on here? They thought they could pick on me while I was weak. Little did they realize I had an entire army waiting in the wings. Let's manual resolve this, because the AI is going to put my archer at the front. Please no. I don't want them to squeeze around this way and start causing chaos. Although it looks like they won't be able to. If we plug that... Oh no, they can't even get up there. This is a bad spot for them, I suspect. Oh, you cheeky. They've got the high ground over us, though. I didn't think they'd have so many archers, to be honest. No, it was not the trade route? Oh. A little bit of confusion in chat about whether it was the trade route or not. These archers are going to be the biggest pain in my side, so I think we'll take them out first. Brutal. And then this horse, which just never seems to do anything. Let's just send it in, right? It's a barb mercenary. Let's just send it in. It can be fodder. Have you done a Transcend only run? No, not yet, Andrew. It's on the list. My goodness, what a list it is too. This battle's going very well. Very, very well. I just remember the hills near the trade point. You were trying to find the high ground for Joe Bro. Yeah. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, okay, okay. Oh, we've got our stupid ace fight thing again. This is the real downside to not choosing a proper science culture as well. And I acknowledge that to all of you Umayyad voters. Not having the science affinity is a bit costly, because the ace-light one sucks. So that was a big trade-off that we made. I'm happy to have made it, but it is a big trade-off. Look at this. Absolutely brutal. Taking out their archers in one turn. Fantastic. What a resounding success that was. He died one tile up to the left of the trade site. Thank you. One tile up to the left. There. This is our believed spot. I'm gonna place a marker there. I should have done that originally. Down here you can place markers on like places, heads up, places of interest, attack markers, defend markers. You can use it to communicate with other players in multiplayer as well, right? Or communicate with your allies, I suppose. I wonder actually if the AI is very good at communicating it. Like if I did that and buddied up with the AI, would they then choose to attack that spot? I don't know. I don't know. Either way, we can yeet this dude up this way, and... Oh, shoot. Nope, that's the wrong dude. That is the mercenary. Whoa, look at this unit. We need to keep that unit alive absolutely at all costs. Should I heal this one as well? It's kind of expensive. Maybe not. What we'll do is send the crappy one up there to go and have a look-see. And then we'll just like fortify these others in place. Tried Zhou earlier. 10% fame bonus helps. The AI loves to spam the markers all over everything. And I feel like, maybe this is just me, but I feel like as a human player, I don't really look at their markers. Like I'm just like, whatever. You know, like look at, like, what is this? What is this? Why do I care about that? You know? I don't, is the short answer. This barbarian unit is... Oh, their people have disappeared. They're the last of their kind. How sad. That's what you get for taking out Zhou, though, am I right? I think Zhou would be really proud. Oh yeah, we need to connect these horses. My mistake. Is this a barbarian as well? Thankfully not. They are more of an annoyance, aren't they? They are. You're right, Renaissance Dress. They're kind of just annoying. 340. Oof. Oof. How far away are we from the city cap? It's taking forever. Oh. Well. You've pushed up very close to my capital. Not quite sure how I feel about that. Let's send the mercenary forward into this territory. Get some vision over it. Love it. Love it! Yo, love your Humankind videos. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you, H-Bomb. It means a lot. It really does. It really does. I was looking through the comments on today's upload, which was the stability guide, and I really appreciate all of the really nice comments. It's so cool to see them come through. Some of them are questionable, so I thank you. I thank you a lot. You have unused iron at the territory to the side of my capital. $190 influence to connect it. Do I need it connected? That's a pretty steep cost. I don't really need it right now, so I'm going to hold off. Plus 25% faith, plus 5 faith, or plus 25% faith. Wow. So who'd you like faith? It's like that extreme makeover meme. You like horses? Well, your bed's a horse, your walls are horses, and we've turned you into a horse. Oh, this will actually shift us back towards stability, so we don't want to take that one. Just go plus 25%. It's fine. Oh, look. This unit. Go! Stand on the Zhou memorial spot! Sadly, it's the reality these days. Toxicity everywhere. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because I really like the YouTube comments section. Like, I actually do. I genuinely read probably like 95% of comments. Which is my own downfall, of course, because I'm reading the bad ones and the good ones. But it's nice to get a feel and a sort of a pulse for what's going on. Let's just send this guy on auto-explore. Go and paint the map for me. I don't need you anymore. As much as I want to see you grow, I feel like if you do, you'll lose the closeness with chat. I don't think so. I don't think so. If you think about how the number of live viewers scales with the number of subscribers, it's not actually that high. Like, for every 1,000 subscribers I gain, there might be 10 extra viewers who tune in to a stream at any given time. So it's actually, it would only be an issue if I got to, like, 100, you know, like, hundreds of thousands of subs. And let's be real, a moron like me, that's just not going to happen, right? I'm going to maybe touch around around the 10k mark if I'm lucky, and then probably just flounder around there. You see many channels do the same. The 10 to 15k mark, while very admirable, seems to be a really difficult, well, not a really difficult spot to grow from, but just kind of like, once you get there, you just sort of flounder about. So, your point is really well taken, Griffin, though. Your point is very well taken. But I don't see it being an issue, at least for a very long time. Upgrade the hoplite and have him guard Johanna. Who's Johanna? We definitely do want to upgrade our units, though. When we can. At the moment, we can't. Where are they actually going? I thought we had a mission for them, should they choose to accept it. Doesn't look like we do. Allows to claim, attach, and merge territories with money instead of influence. This is the big one that we want. We really want inherited land. It's going to take us forever to save up for it, but then we can finally ditch influence. I don't know. I see the next potato. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Sam Finch sent me your vids the last few days. You're reacting to everything chat says. Nice to see. Oh, thank you, Andrew. They were claiming the Zhou memorial site? Ah, yes. We do need them to claim it, don't we? Because because this unit can't do it. Curse you. But you know what it can do? Chop down some forests. So let's put them to work. Oh, and unfortunately we've been attacked a bit up here, so we'll just flee. I like how when you have this district overview on, you can just really easily get a feel for like what these cities look like. It's a juicy one. Okay, how's our map looking? A little bit tight. Oh, Joanna! Yes, once we get settlers unlocked. Absolutely. Okay. Let's claim Joeville, or whatever this territory is going to be known as. Every word I'm saying is turning into Joe. I'm going to be saying Joe for the rest of the day. Someone will be like, hi, I'll be like, Joe. They'll be like, do you want to come with me to this thing? I'll be like, oh, Joe, not today. I mean, no. Oh, fine. You want to fight me? Bring it on. Bring it on, nerd. Oh, they're going to beat me because they've got a scout rider. We'll just defend through every round. The classic. The classic, just keep defending. Everything's fine, just keep defending. Unfortunately, it will perish, but that's fine. We didn't care about that unit. See you, unit. Wouldn't want to be it. A shame it couldn't do a little bit more exploring, but it is what it is. Unexpected consequences, but we can get +2 pop here if we welcome these migrants into housing, so let's do that. Finally getting a little bit of population. Weird that these are providing me with faith. I don't really even want faith. Frankly. Most games win or lose early? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Oh man, we're so close to getting 2 times the number of likes that the official Humankind live stream got. Oh my goodness, the scout lived. I assumed it just died. Thanks for telling me, Chris. I literally was just like, oh well, see ya, bye. And moved on. It lived. Brilliant. Let's bring it back home and heal it. These civics are just far too costly. I would love to get +5 science on my holy sites, but I just can't afford them at the moment. But largely because we're not really making a lot of influence thanks to our city cap, which in 1 turn will go up. So watch this. We're getting 41 at the minute. Once this technology is researched and we get theology, whammo, 167. Don't underestimate the city cap, folks. It's a fickle beast. It's an absolutely fickle beast. We're now getting a lot more influence, which is very nice. More likes than viewers at the moment. Oh, rip. Okay. Let's go chivalry, get our unique, and then backfill probably mounted warfare, foreign outposts is likely a good idea. Let's do that. Nice, and we've got this territory connected. Let's help it along by just keeping our units here, firstly on this highly militarized border, I note. I'm looking at you, housing.
With 5 farmers' quarters, the people certainly have enough bread. Will 5 circuses be built next?
I like that. I like that a lot. Let's continue down this route. Oh, just run! Run, you fool! No, don't run that way! That is not the way you want to retreat! What are you doing? The mausoleum as well, yeah. It's so slow. It's so slow, and we've got all these crappy cities wearing away at it. "28 turns? Okay. Oh no, not again! Sorry, friend. This time, it did perish. Will they take a non-aggro pact? They just outright refuse. Oh, why do you do this to me? We'll try again later.
This does very little.
I mean, they can just break it, right? Can't merge my cities yet. No. No, not yet. Should we just get rid of one? Oh, I don't know though, I kind of like them. It's a shame we can't merge Wales with Jerusalem, really. What's going on here? Oh, brilliant. We've actually got some more military support, which I think we need to actually send up here, because this is becoming a rapidly tense situation that I don't like. Oh, look! Look, 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 look! Go, 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 go! Quickly! Free territory! Maybe not, actually. I want to walk through here, but I don't want to fight them. I mean, it is just a mercenary, I suppose. We'll see what they do. Probably will annoy them. They'll probably just take my money and attack me. Yeah, that's the fear. Oh, look, and we just lost control of this unit. No, you served us so well. But its people are dead, so I'm not sure where it's even going to go. Should we kill it? Let's kill it. I'm the worst person ever. I'm the worst person ever. What the heck? Oh. That's what you get for leaving me. You get destroyed. Hey, we got another tenant. Tenant. And look, it's +10 war support. On grievances triggered on relations. Wow. We've got the best faith ever. Said no one ever. Kinda neat, eh? Yeah, mercenary hoplite. Kinda cool. Not quite sure how it happened. I'd love to share how it happened, but I have no idea. I'm going to use my ace state ability to nab this territory under my control. Swap to state atheism, influence the religion. Yeah, actually, that's a really good suggestion. That is a really good suggestion, Alan. Let's do that. Let's just adopt atheism down the line. And I'm just going to quickly splash a bit of cash at my, hopefully, friend, the Mongols. Maybe. And take some of that. Do we have Snake connected now? Yes, actually we do. Let's attach it up. Yay! Finally! Finally! It made it. And we're just going to have to do some rejigging. Because I owe you one. Actually, Housing was just a crappy one that I named. So let's rename the capital to Arizona and swap that around. Brilliant. All right, it's done. We're actually starting to get a reasonable foothold here. 13 turns for the mausoleum. Could speed it up now that we've got our units built. Let's do it. 3 extra turns. Nice. So we'll focus that down for 10 turns so that we can actually move through. That's ugly. Thanks for working hard with us. Now feed us experience. So true. And era stars too, right? Unfortunately, we're going to need to take out another 14 military units to get there, which is going to be tricky. Probably we'll get the agrarian star. It's going to be so hard to get era stars here as the Franks. We might be stuck here for a little bit longer than we would have liked. I think I will send this archer up here. And we'll attach this territory to Christchurch. Christchurch now a very strange looking city indeed. But it can build this holy site. Here we go. Remembering Zhou. Remembering Zhou. Brilliant. See you, Griffin. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Love the stream. Long live Joe. Should upgrade a warrior mercenary and walk into a goody hut. Maybe, or maybe it was that merging army, like Seth said. It could be that. Could be that. Finally, the mausoleum. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Do we want to induce a lockdown for some extra stability, or do we just want bad consequences? I'm not doing a lockdown. We're taking the New South Wales approach. Shot fired. Yikes. Okay. We're doing okay for this point in the game, actually. But we really need to get Era Stars so quickly this time. So quickly. What can I do to speed this up? Money, buildings. It's just the standard, isn't it? Money, buildings, etc., etc. Chop down these forests, at least. Maybe we can get a little bit of production towards this holy site. Oh, cool. Okay, we got the harmony effect, which is nice. A little bit extra cash moolah. Level 4. Yeah, slam him into level 4. This is good. I like this a lot. 7 turns away from the Mausoleum Pelicanessus, finally. Sorry I've ignored that. It was so long. Let's send this archer there to chop that. It'll also get us a little bit of vision over what's going on up here in the Great War of the North. Looks like red is winning out. I wouldn't say conclusively, but fairly solidly. Put it that way. Fairly solidly. Right, Lucas. Thank you. I merged Hoplite with a mercenary chariot. Right. That's kind of cool. Although, I didn't think you could do that. So, you learn something every day. The Nubians and the Mongols are looking like the real threats. Yeah. Celts, not really a problem, I agree. They've got one luxury which we could buy off them. Let's do it. Then we've got Maya, who actually also have some luxuries that they'd love to sell us. Let's get that industry online. Let's also maybe get... We just want all of them. Let's trade with these people as much as we can. Nice to see these up the top in the green. If it weren't for the city cap still being in the red, I would be absolutely very pleased with where we are right now. Thankfully, being one city over isn't too bad. You know, like it's totally workable. And we'll end that one out.
It must be said that sighting a Norseman in a longship does not always turn out to be a happy event.
Anyone not working on this? No, literally everyone is pushing out the Mausoleum Pelicanessus. Now, thankfully, but 2 turns away. My goodness, it'll be nice to get it online. And actually quite interesting to see what impact it will have on our science. So at the moment, we've got an abysmal 327. Let's see what kind of impact. +2 science per district on city or outpost. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. What are you doing down here? We should take this. Let's take this. Shore up our defenses. Then we'll be nice and secure along the northern border, except for maybe these islands. Hey, Great Barrier Reef! Oh, we should definitely grab that too. My goodness. Let's split up the dudes. Hey Jumbo, have you faced any AI military alliance against you 2v1? No, actually I haven't, Nesta. A great question. The Mongols are always a threat. Yes, they are. Okay, beautiful. Here we go. Finally. Mausoleum Pelicanessus. What did it do to our science? Nothing. We got about 50 per turn. It'll add up in the long run. And of course it will scale as well, right? That's what we have to remember, I suppose. I reckon we get everyone to spam out the Zhou Memorial Holy Site as well while we're here. Seeing as we've got all of our cities working on stuff like this, let's just throw everyone at it. It'll pump it out in no time at all. 4 turns. It's nothing. We'll spam out the Zhou Memorial. My number one goal of this playthrough, of course, is to build the Zhou Memorial, right? When in doubt, memorialize Zhou. Unexpected consequences, absolutely not. Fanatical's not bad, but yeah, actually, sure. Let's get that. Will it mess with my societal structure? Oh, this one will shift us toward more money. Let's do that. Are you aware of the change religion button when you upgrade tenant? Yes, I think so. Although, now I'm second guessing myself. I suppose we could just jump onto someone else's. I just don't like not having my own. You know? I really like having my own, but yeah. That's a fair point. It's a fair point. Okay, the English are doing a reasonable job here at building themselves up. I like it. Here's a discovery that is just here. What's it going to give us? 120 gold. Not bad. Not bad at all. We should actually splash a bit of cash, shouldn't we? Hey, Maya. Moneybags is here and he is ready to spend. What do you got for me? Science. Kind of what I do. Incense. What does it give me? Money. Make me wealthy. This is worth doing. I think this is very much worth doing. Brilliant. That's a good buff for us. A great way to spend our gold. Look at how much our gold per turn went up. Cost of enacting civics down 20% is would actually be very, very useful at this point. We'd also get extra influence. Let's enact freedom of speech. Kind of weird, but I'll allow it. Is there a way to take cities from the AI peacefully? Changing the name and look of the religion. When you get a new tenant, there's a sneaky menu to transform the faith into Buddhism or Christianity or whatever. Let's have a look at that next time we do that. Let's delve into that properly. Relatively productive tile. There's a 314. I'll take that one. Yeah, that's what we want. That's absolutely what we want. Is there a way to take cities from the AI peacefully? No. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I mean, you can take them. You can take the neutral tribes, but they're not really the AI, are they? What would be the other means of getting cities? Hopefully you actually get a tenant. Yeah. Good point, Chris. Good point. No, you can sort of force your influence over them to gain control of their society and really tank them, but you can't just flip what's theirs. I mean, you could cause rebellions, right? You could really heavily lean in on the influence. You could cause rebellions, and sort of mess with them a bit that way. Yes, and the expansionist ability does let you take outposts, but you do have to still march onto them and take them. So I don't know if it's entirely peaceful. But I guess in theory you might not have to fight. Although when you do it, when you trigger the expansion stability and march into their territory and stand on top of their outpost, they'll probably, well, they may come for you. They may come for you, right? Oh, we actually got another holy site to go down. Do we want it? I don't know. Let's get infrastructure in the city instead. There you go, Snake Way. Build your way up, you beautiful little you. And let's get our uniques plonked out all over the show. They're not super fantastic, but they're good enough. Oh, hey, Lord Justinian. Thanks for joining us. Yes, yes, true. The demands, yes. Okay, we just need to claim this one, and then we have this northern border mostly secure. Well, not secure, but we have it mostly claimed, right? There we go. Here's our border. Here's our weird snaking border with the AI. Goodness, it's a difficult border to defend. But not terrible. Not terrible. Okay, I kind of like those civics. Yes, yes, Seth is right. So, the Rebels Act are effectively independent people, right? They're not assigned to any specific AI or anything like that. So, in theory, they could... Yes. Yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, theoretically. I've never seen it happen, but I'm sure it can. Don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely sure it can. Right, we need this Great Barrier Reef hooked up as well. So let's hoon over here and do that. And get a nice little foothold. I'm also kind of like the idea of stealing this island for future nuke testing and so on and so forth. So let's do that.
As feudal structures prove practical for both farming and warfare, certain
Science star, brilliant. Yes, we're playing as Aaaaaand culture. We started this run with Zhou, which was also an Aaaand culture, so I don't mind so much. It was a big thing, Lord Justinian. It was a big thing. There were bribes, there was polls, there was fun times, there was disappointment. Guilds is pretty good for our trade. As is Seafaring Mastery, actually. But we should probably go through and just get them a little bit you know, sort of sequence them a bit. Yes, I want this island really bad. That looks cool. Let's take it. That's what they did to Tassie last stream. Oh, Tassie. It was modern democracy. Yeah, it was. It was democratic, but, you know, a little questionable around the edges. "14 turns for this outpost to get established. That's a big yikes. That's what happens when you build an outpost with literally no production, right? You get absolutely tanked.
Hail, sovereign.
Where's our best trade buddy?
Welcome this opportunity for dialogue.
Oh, I'm not mad at these pearls. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Sorry, I got a bit sort of sucked into thinking about what I actually need to trade for here. It's kind of like I just want everything, you know? But I think it's probably better to specialize and buy one thing at a time rather than... These ones are a bit cheaper because they're a bit closer. Still can't quite get them. But yeah, I think we'll maybe focus in on dye and get a whole lot of food out of 2D Kitty. That would be nice. Yeah. Brill, what are you doing down here? Claiming the Great Barrier Reef, of course. Hoi, 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 hoi. Lily Borea. Brilliant. The Nubians will declare war soon. They better not. Or there'll be hell to pay. Oh, righto, folks. It is 12 o'clock noon for me, so I'm going to have to bounce. Thank you very much for joining me today in this stream. I think we made pretty good progress on this playthrough. Very, in fact, pretty dang good progress. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. If we have a look at fame, you'll notice we are not last, which is better than what we were doing last time, but by no means in first place. We should expect this to scale over time, though, and we are only in the medieval era. Getting out of the medieval era is going to be difficult because we chose the Franks, but we get the benefits of the Franks too, right? So... Oh, Dan, do share. Not sure. I'm not sure how we'll get through this, but we will, right? We will. In terms of our plan for next time, I think I'd like to sort of shore up our defenses here, and then maybe we become sort of a bit of an inward-focused sort of turtling empire, and hopefully push for the victory that way, right? We've got a nice natural border along here. We've got a nice natural border along all sides except for the north. so we do need to maybe try and protect the north as well. Are you guys who are still here in chat, could you let me know, is it like bank holiday or something tomorrow? Is that a thing? If I stream tomorrow at this time again, are you guys on holiday somewhere? I believe it might be an American holiday, maybe? To answer your question, John, tomorrow would be my 4th day in a row. And I've never streamed 4 days in a row before. I'm not sure. But I will post the live link, as always, many hours before. So if I do end up streaming like... Oh, and look, we nearly made it to our target likes too. Oh, man, we were so close. Thank you so much for the effort. It's Labor Day for the States tomorrow. Right. Okay, well then maybe we'll continue this with a Labor Day stream. Night shift. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Alan. It's Labor... okay. What time would you guys like me to stream, out of curiosity? What would suit you? Let me know. Do let me know. Mid-semester break. Oh, love it, Daniel. Love it. Okay, maybe we will do one more tomorrow then. I'll do the 4th one in a row. My goodness. Yeah, okay. We'll do it. Count me in. I'm committing now. My sleep schedule will thank me never, but I'm committing now, so let's do it. And of course, it wouldn't be the true end of the stream if I didn't say a very huge thank you to W177 Reaper, Seth, Brian, Reaper and Seth again, Gareth, Stephen, Daniel, Vlad, Andy, Morgan, Devilish, and Alan, and Andrew. I think that's everyone. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting me to do this stream. Honestly, the things like that really do support me a lot. And also help to keep me motivated and inspired and energized. So I'm really grateful for your support. And look at that. Right at the end of the stream, we hit the target. The VODers will come in afterwards and elevate it even higher. Thank you so much. We did it. We surged across and got twice as many likes as the official Humankind livestream, which is... really credit to you more than me, to be fair. But absolute credit to you. Who is the one dislike? I bet it's Joe. Yeah. No, it'll be the person that asked whether this game's a Civ 6 clone. Guarantee ya. They popped in, trolled, disliked, and bounced. You just know it. You know it was them. It has to be. Them. But that's all good. Right? We should expect to take the love with the hate. Right? We always expect the love with the hate. So yeah. I'll just play through a couple of turns here while I just make sure that I've taught everything. Show me, Joe. Oh, so you American guys, what time would suit you for a live stream? Is my normal time good? Or, like later or earlier? Do let me know. Hashtag not Joe. Hashtag not our Joe. Not my Joe. Joe 2. Nice. We got rid of smallpox, I think. Thanks to a hard and fast lockdown. Kia ora tata tatoa. I'll first pass over to Dr. Bloomfield. Sorry. No one's gonna get that dumb joke. What a dumb joke. Hey, let's continue to take these islands. Damn it, I'm getting distracted and playing more game. Your normal stream time is dangerously convenient. Today's start was 1:30 PM. Oh, cool. So it's like you can have your sleep in. You can do whatever you do on a bank holiday in the morning. Eat some bacon or something. And then we can stream. Okay, brilliant. Normal time is about 4:30 in the afternoon for me, which is great, but do whatever's good for you. Cool. I really appreciate that feedback. It's really hard for me to post polls on the community page and say, when do you like to stream? Yeah, you will have got it, Daniel. You will have definitely got it. It was a bad joke, but you will have got it. So cool. That's really good to know. Because like I say, it's hard to say, like, when do you want me to stream? Because America, for starters, has like 4 different freaking time zones. I don't know how a country operates with different time zones. But that's a conversation for another day. And then, of course, the European viewers as well. I'm conscious that the European viewers do well off my earlier stream times too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, we made it to turn 2 hundo, which I think is a great place to end. Thanks again, everybody, for your feedback, for the likes. We hit the target. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. The funny thing is, from YouTube's perspective, a dislike is still an interaction. Yeah, that is the funny thing. You're so true. Australia is where I'd be from. Oh, fantastic. A little bit early for you Australians, but hopefully you can tune in and catch the last half or something. Try and balance out the time zones to make it applicable for everyone, and also maybe slightly me. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today and for all of your super generous support. It is my absolute pleasure. And I am still on holiday. I'm still on vacation for another few days yet. So while I've been on vacation, I've basically just been doing YouTube full time. It's kind of a test project, actually, to try and see if it would be viable for me to at least, you know, have a house and food to eat if I decided to do it in future. So there's also a little look into my life. Anyway, I can't share anymore. Until next time, you fantastical Joes, I will see you then. Catch you tomorrow. Hopefully you can join us on US Bank Holiday. And until then, see ya. See ya, bye. Bye, see ya, bye.